Peace, everyone. Welcome to the show tonight. Real life in the building. Red Squid. I see everybody. Drop them emails if you want to join in, man. All right, everybody. Welcome to the show. How's it going out there? Red Squid, I just sent you an invite. Drop some invites in the back chat. Mind's Eye, I see you in the building. What's up? What's up? There we go. There we go, right there. Well, I'm about to drop the links in the back chat.
I know his mom is the main weapon. Hi, Mom.
Shit, it's taking forever to load up for me. Man, anyway though, I dropped a couple videos on my other channel that I do content on. It's for the people. HOTC Universal. And I've been trying to push that channel. I encourage people, if y'all would like to do a video that's not on YouTube yet, or one that is, just simply email it to hotc1universal@gmail.com. You know, I like to show everybody love. That's why I did that. I sent it to the email you gave me, Red Squid. I added you to the conversation, man. You got a Gmail? Maybe you would have got it. Maybe you can get it faster. I'm sending the invite again, brother. Send it to you again. Yeah, man. You know, I like to show love to the growing channels. Why not make a channel for that? You know what I'm saying? Showcase everybody. That's why I did HOTC Universal, man. Anyway, tonight's show is a whole lot of nothing. And I sent out links. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. I can't see the viewership. Shit. What's the other channel link? The other channel is HOTC Universal. Already. All right, I'll put a link. I'll put a link in the chat. All right, I'm gonna try that one. This one should go right through. It's a Gmail too. All right, I sent it to you. I'm putting it up there now. That's linked to the other channel. Red Squid, did it come through that time? All right, here's what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna. Nope.
Hi, mommy.
Let me see.
No, no.
I'm gonna send a direct. Hurry that microphone. My goodness. Let me see here. I'm gonna I'm about to post it right here in the chat. That's the link right there. I'm gonna leave it right there for about 2-3 minutes. Now I'm gonna delete it. That's the link right there. Should direct you here. All right, what's up, bro?
My bad. My phone is situated a little differently than my actual.
Yeah. That's how I am too, man. I got like 2 different accounts. So sometimes that same thing happened to me.
Word.
Man, so what's going on, brother?
Not much, man. I'm gonna be around for the next 40 minutes or so, but I'm gonna have to make a quick run. And then, you know what I'm saying? So I thought chill with you. And that's it. I plan on going live later on and talk about freestyle about the Lotus Flower and Brahma and Jupiter and Nibiru and how that shit looked together.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not thinking about it now, but that's what I plan on going live about. You feel me?
Oh hell yeah, that's some interesting shit.
Man, bro, I think I got I don't know what to call it. A picture of heaven, hell, or an abode of the gods. But I think I got that. So shit, I could share with you if you wanted to look at it. But you know, that's
it sounds very intriguing, man. It sounds very intriguing.
You know. What you was gonna build on today?
Oh man, you know how I do. I do the same, man. I freestyle. I come in, I just bring a topic in. But I was just looking at some stuff from some of my books earlier, man. I got this one book written by Noriyuki Ida, and he did like a interview with the Dalai Lama, and you know, it's a very intriguing conversation.
The Dalai Lama.
Yeah, talks about how he got exiled from his own country and all that, and moved over to India and all them things, and
that's interesting. You know, like minds, man. You know, the universe we living in, man. That shit is it very much deal with us because I had just so happened to watch a mini documentary on him. a couple of about an episode ago and learned what you're talking about as far as his exile and shit like that.
Yeah. And
Yeah, yeah.
I was over here on page 181, and it was talking about basically they just was doing like a little discussion on the child and the parent, just like love and attachment, love versus attachment.
Mm-hmm.
And he just was breaking it down how parents, want their kid to do good. They love them unconditionally, but they talk about also like, how sometimes taking it too far. Here's one quote that Dr. Lama said. You're very right. You very rightly described it as conditional love and unconditional love. And then he did this quote said, children are not their parents' property, but when the parents treat them like property, that attachment is not love.
Wow.
Just talk about how you want to just drive the kids so damn hard to,
I have
things out.
experience with people that have done things like that. As far
Well,
as
some people
looking at
just
their
want
kids like
their
property.
kids to goddamn stay on top of their ass.
Yeah. What do you call it? What do you think about what do you think about the sovereignty of Tibet and like the little conflict that China, like like what do you think about China?
Well, see, man, that place was so isolated, but China is hungry, man. You remember how the Mongols was with China, how they just wanted to take over China. That's the same thing with China, with Tibet,
Uh-huh.
and they messed up ancient history and all kinds of things, and they destroyed a lot of ancient artifacts, and it's a lot of crazy things that happen with that situation. And matter of fact, while we're talking about this just came to my mind. I was talking to this guy that's been in America for about a year. He's from Colombia. He's from the capital of Colombia, and he was talking about how he came to the United States because he was a journalist for this company. I can't remember the name of it right now. It's some Spanish company, but he was talking about how it was called FARC. It's FARC. How they're having this war out there in Colombia right now, and how he had a hit on his head. He's a journalist that takes pictures, and yeah,
That's serious shit. Those are the guys that are like waging the war on drugs in South America.
yeah. So he came here to seek asylum, and he's staying in the U.S. now, and he ain't nothing but 29, and he got a 3-year-old son back over there, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was on the front lines of some dangerous shit.
That's what I said. Had to be, man. And looking at the dude, you would have never known it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, it's dangerous down there. It's dangerous in China.
It's dangerous everywhere, man, right now.
You notice how China is doing the same thing to Tibet as they're doing to Taiwan. They have a beef with Taiwan, and it's kind of in the same flow of things.
Mm-hmm.
I think China is like a I don't know, like a corporation and shit, as opposed to
China seeks power, man. I'm telling you, see what they doing in Africa, man.
Yes.
They got a police station in every country. They setting up factories. And people are getting credit loans, because China get them like $300 billion credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you do with all that? And China has warehouses of stockpiles of shit they don't use. Like, that's how Akon did all them solar panels. China had warehouses of solar panels they didn't use. And they gave them like a $3 billion credit loan. But other people done did it too. And he done lit up like what 600 million houses out there, man.
Whoa,
with solar power.
that's
They,
big.
man, listen to this. Out there in them little small towns, you know, you know how we got something that'll look like probably like a kiosk or something. They
Mm.
actually like a little booth or something. They actually go there and charge their phones because they was, they some of the villagers talked about how they gotta walk to like I guess like a little corner store or kiosk or something and plug their phone up to get power to charge their phone for the day.
Mm.
And they gotta pay to charge their phone. So something like that is astonishing for them little rural places out there. 600,000 houses,
Right. I mean, is it?
I mean, not
Is
600,000, 600 million.
that's a lot? Yeah, and it's like, is it? Is it a type of bribery that's going on? Because, like what you
Oh
just
man,
said, you know what I mean,
it,
sounds good,
yeah,
but what is China really? Like they seem to have money to throw away or to
that's
throw
what I
at
said.
people.
Well, see what they doing is they're going, yeah, we're gonna give you all these credit loans, and then China gonna take all that shit and say it's ours. What you gonna do? Take it? It's
Hmm.
our land now. They're gonna try to take over the continent. I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna try to control the country.
Yeah.
See what they doing is, you know how the French came in Vietnam and all that,
Mm-hmm.
as far as Indochina,
Mm-hmm.
how the French came, the same shit. But the Asians coming in slowly. I'm trying to tell you. Because listen to this, they're getting all the credit loans and all people work for them. Next thing you know, they're gonna have Chinese banks in Africa, right? China gonna own a lot of shit. They're gonna try to get control of all the diamonds. They're coming out there for some resource. But in the meanwhile, they're giving people credit loans that's unheard of. Like I said, Akon is just one of them. There's a lot of people out there, you know, doing that.
Yeah, I heard that how China when they move these companies into Africa, a lot of their workers leave single mothers behind because they like basically a company like China or a country like China in a country like Africa, their workers, it's kind of nasty and corrupted in a way where their workers have sex with African women, and then when the country moves or the result of that company in Africa, you have this percentage of population that is half Chinese now. You see what I'm saying? And I
Oh
heard that.
man, yeah, they're already in the process of doing that right now, man. They trying to make their presence be felt throughout Africa. Like I said, they keep giving all these people money, giving all these presidents money over there. See, people don't know what they getting their ass into. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, it's like a offer people can't refuse in a worldly sense, because like you said earlier with the solar panels, like these opportunities that China offer Africa is like to build better roads, infrastructure, electricity, and then you
And
know
infrastructure is everything. You see the United what is it, the UAE? You see them? You see them out there?
I think
You see
this was
Dubai?
another.
you mean
Infrastructure is
building
everything.
that bullshit, them towers and
That used to.
artificial
Yeah, but it's appealing and people
And people
Kimani.
came out.
Oh man.
Peace,
All
y'all.
right.
What's up, fellas?
What's up, Mind's Eye?
piece. What's good?
Salute, man. Respect.
And what was I saying?
Uh, damn. Appealing in Dubai.
Yeah. It's appealing. And they spend and where you think they get the resources from? They
Mm,
get them resources and they ship them to China and then they ship them out there if they can't get them from India and other places. You know what I'm saying?
mm.
They only get very few out of the Middle East. Weapons. That's what's ruling the Middle East right now.
Yo, that the stuff that's going on in Dubai seems to be like the Tower of Babel all over again, because instead of like
Oh man, when it
building
falls,
the
it's gonna fall
infrastructure,
hard.
you know, they building the tallest building in the world is about to be over there. If it's not over there already.
No, it's supposed to be done. I think it's by the end of next year or by next year.
And that shit is on an artificial island built on sand. Like, to me, that's not stable. I'm sorry. I just wouldn't. You know, any
Yeah,
earthquake can knock that shit over.
Well, you see, China built so much infrastructure they can't even house people because they can't afford to keep building. Like they built this mall that was supposed to be an entire city. So there's only one store in that mall. And that guy's lucky to sell one toy a month.
Mm.
And then they got like abandoned high rises. Like they got abandoned cities all throughout China.
They do. You talking about the ghost cities?
Yeah.
There are ghost cities out there too, where they built them, but no one lives in there.
Yeah, that's because Chinese wanted so much infrastructure to show that there was a mall. But then, you know, like in Colombia, I would consider them fascists. Now that means the government wants to control and buy everything. So now, when the government own it, the government can drop funding on it. But if somebody owned it and wanted to bring people in, they could have did what they did with Dubai. But instead, the government wanted to take over it and say, "Nah, nobody's gonna move on this land." So it just got abandoned.
Wow.
Next thing you know, yeah, that they do little dumb shit like that.
Hey,
They want it.
that's something you said. It's not stable, Squid. Because when you think about it, building that on sense like that, it's not at all, and it's more stupid than stable.
Word.
It's just trying to. They moving ahead of their time. That's what they're doing. Moving a little too fast. It built all that infrastructure. Now you can't house none of the people, but you got enough people to house it. But
hey, and that's crazy. You said that it is Babel. You know what I mean? It's like another form of you know how they do that building to the skies or whatnot.
Hell yeah. It seemed destined to fail somehow. Like
man, that is a playground for the elite. There's something else going on in Dubai more than we know.
Especially with that stupid foundation.
Yeah, I mean, because it's all glitz and glamour, it's like Hollywood times 1,000.
I've heard about women being lured out there to work and they end up missing.
Oh, how you doing? She doing good.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yo. Women are lured out there from other countries to work and they end up missing or, being sexually assaulted, things of that nature. Because, you know how the people in Dubai get down. They're like, they will arrest someone for holding hands or kissing type shit. Weird shit.
Weird is. You hear me?
You know what I'm saying? If you go over there with your wife, she gotta be covered up, and
they want
no public affection.
It's like they walking around looking like the Dark Knight. Like, what did you come out of the womb for if you ain't even gone? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they the black ghosts, like Casper, the black one.
It's all about that dark energy shit, man. They really, the woman.
Yeah.
They kind of like they drape their women to be like archons, kind of. You know what I mean? So the fact of where they say it's like, oh, we want to keep the integrity of the wife, but it's not balanced out at all because how they treat women altogether. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's stupid, man. It's fucked up. It's like if they could make titty milk black, it'd have been black. Craziness, you know what I mean? Dark matter every damn where.
Dark matter everything. All dark everything. Motherfuckers.
Yeah, you know how they talk. Yeah.
You know what? And I don't know if this mean anything, but today I was out and about and I came across this Middle Eastern couple and like I had to pass them a couple of times. We were at this like an office and shit. And like the man and his wife there, and I like came through the door and I was like, excuse me or some shit like that. And then I had to come back around them later on and I was, I held, I'm polite, but it seemed like yo was an asshole. It was like you know, totally ignore this guy. You know what I mean? Like silence, don't acknowledge. You know,
Yes.
look straight ahead, don't make eye contact.
I mean, not one peek.
No.
I'ma break his neck. Yeah. I can't pay you no attention. I'ma fuck you up if I do.
What's going on, guys?
what's happening, family? Hey, and that's a thought too, y'all. Hey, remember how we just said that, man? I spoke too soon, man. They done made chocolate milk, y'all. It's already black matter.
Right. Can y'all hear me?
Yep.
What's up?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I was just making sure.
How you doing?
I was just making sure y'all can hear me.
Peace.
Oh, I hear you. Got the
Peace,
clowning.
Flat Pain.
What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man.
Yeah, I was just making sure because I got these.
Hey,
Everything
matter of
good.
fact,
Everything good, knowledge.
Hey, Root, you already know, brother. Drop it in the chat so I can add you, Root. Drop your email.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. Hey.
Good bill tonight.
They already it's like they already made it black matter, you know, the chocolate milk thing. Fuck out of here.
Well, I can't really say shit about that. I kind of favor chocolate milk sometimes, so I can't talk.
Oh, I ain't knocking. You feel me? I ain't knocking. I'm just talking, you know what I mean?
At least it ain't black. At least it's brown. If that shit was
Right.
like tar and that was from Dubai, then we have to leave it alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna laugh to myself if I see any kind of milk products that's called darklet milk, like darklet milk. Talking about dark chocolate.
Hey, excuse me.
I got you, Mike.
Y'all, excuse me. Y'all gonna laugh at me when I say this, but something tastes good. It comes in chocolate flavors. It's PEA milk.
That's what?
It comes in chocolate. It's PEA milk.
PBA milk.
PEA.
PEA milk. Oh,
like
P milk.
I don't like P.
I don't even know.
Yeah, expound.
I never heard of P milk.
Water.
So it's pee in the milk.
Pea milk. Okay.
I ain't fun.
What they make it out of peas?
Man, we didn't. Hey, look at here. Let's keep it moving.
It's black, dark.
Oh, okay. It was an inside joke.
I guess you're talking about like what you trying to say, like a pea makes milk because it gets all that mushy green looking, kind of like pea.
Yeah, like almond milk, pea milk.
Though, but it come out slimy. I wouldn't consider that milk.
Yo, what they call it?
Slime paste or something.
They got some plant shit that's delicious. It's like plant protein that's like a milk. It's like a replacement, an alternative to milk. I forgot what they call it, but it's delicious. God damn it! It's like just
ain't silk, is it?
Who makes it?
Yo, that almond milk good. I like that.
Yeah, almond milk is good. I don't know who makes it.
Yeah, coconut milk.
But I ain't really into milk too heavy.
Yeah.
That shit had me going to the bathroom.
Yo, if you look into the milk section in your grocery store, you might see it. It's like it's plant protein. I swear it's tasty as shit for those that don't drink milk. You'll like it.
Comes in different flavors like vanilla, things like that.
I just sent you a link, Mike. Check your email.
Hell yeah.
So what's the build on tonight, brothers?
Man, you know
everything.
I do everything, man.
Hey, that's something you said about the
Mike, peace.
What's that? The sagging and whatnot. Knowledge. That was something else, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah, I was trying to get you expound on it earlier.
Yeah.
Breaking a buck, man. Well,
ha!
nigga.
Yeah, out there in the Caribbean. Yeah, man. And like what they did, sugar and rice, cotton also. But yeah, man, like some slaves thought they was big and bad. The slave master will call them out in front of everybody and make everybody watch, even their children and wife. And they're castrated. They'll fuck them up their ass and whip them on the back.
Hell no.
And sometimes after they beat them, they'll go rape their wife. You know.
Yo, I don't think nobody in the Middle East should get no type of action. Period. Fuck that. They some assholes.
It's dirty, yeah.
And that happened on a bunch of plantations. You know, a lot of slaves got killed behind that, and
I'm glad you just said that word.
And
So what do y'all think about like the
and that's how you got them what they usually use that term mulatto. I don't know if they use it now. You know, call them a mixed breed or something. You know.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
what y'all think about these new subjects coming up saying like that? You know, the transatlantic slave trade never really happened, or slavery didn't happen on the level that they say it happened on. You know.
Well, you know, it's so many opinions that there's so many.
I have something to say about that.
I mean, but like I said, I know there was people we like to call black was all over, you know. Like our color is the original, you know. So you know.
All right, hey, look at this.
Why do you call yourself black? There's a black is a color.
Listen, white is a color.
Hey,
I can be black, white, ebony, brown, purple, blue.
You hear me?
But what about? Hold on. On top of that, what about the sense that how black people are portrayed? Why identify with that? I mean, we have a screwed up legal system. Our legal system sucks.
Well, who cares about how
we
somebody
don't identify
is
with
being
that.
portrayed? You know, you identify with yourself and your character. You know?
We taught that.
I wouldn't let somebody else's actions or some people that's being prejudiced towards a culture to let it influence me to disassociate myself with it. You know, when I know a lot of people still in here listen to rap music, watch Tyler Perry movies and all kind of things of that nature. And some folks still even go to church.
None
you know what I mean?
Me.
But here's the thing.
Hey, now
this is the main point.
I'm just speaking in general, you know.
Yeah,
but here's the main point. The main point would be, okay, some people have done this. I'm glad. Some people have actually done the research, and me with my research, I found something different. There's this one character on YouTube.
No research. I just was speaking in general.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm just.
Okay. Now back on this question of slavery.
That's where I'm trying to go.
I'm wondering, because I just put it to today's time. I know, and back in them times they supposed to be warriors, and from the Zulu tribe, and I can't imagine the motherfucker attempting that shit today. So what made them so weak to let it happen back then?
The Chinese invented the gun. And the Chinese and the Europeans are like Tartarian efforts of in the Confederation, I think. And so they little weaponized inventions, I think they use against people for real.
Mm-hmm. That's just like they do today.
That's deep, boy. That's real. The gunpowder came and the bullets started flying.
And the motherfuckers was Vikings too, so they attacked the coastlines, I think, over the period of time to soften the coast.
Then again, you got to look at the weapons they were using back in them time. It was just one shot. Then you had to reload with gunpowder and put another thing inside of it and all that.
All that.
Well, I don't know. That's what we see when we see them Civil War jiffies. But the Chinese had rocket launchers. They had a version of the Gatling gun. And so,
all of that.
You see the Shaka Zulu movie. You see, it's kind of like the Last Samurai shit. It's just like the gun moved in this new era type shit.
Boy, and the bullets fly faster than a motherfucker could. You hear me think about getting the gun today?
Well, listen, though, I feel it was on the smaller scale, right? Like if you look at today, how the U.S. Military, all the branches, right? Wherever we go, we don't leave. We just set up shop. So I feel it was on the smaller scale, and at the same time, I feel an agreement was lied upon, meaning that I think a lot of the natives went willingly thinking it was going to be like a networking, partnership type thing, and once they got here, it was something different.
It was a total disagreement.
Yeah, and then one more thing, right?
That's what they thought
then
it was
one
on
more
me.
thing,
Nope.
and then one more thing. Then I fall back. It had to have been on a real small scale, because you got to realize they saying all these millions, right? But if you got a big crew, right? Your crew going over there, you got to have enough water and food for them, let alone to bring all of these all of these slaves back.
Well, see, you know why they say millions? Because back in like the I say somewhere around maybe 1780 to 1780 to about 1860, man, plantations was packed. Some plantations had hundreds among hundreds, and they try to calculate that together. But me, at the same time, I like to think, like you were saying, some of the natives from over there, but then again, they had natives over here too. So I think they just took them. They took them too. They took them. They took everybody.
And what made me ask this, because when I saw that stuff, like what a lot of videos say, and I went to ask my great grandmama, she 106. So I asked her, does she remember slavery as the way they depicted it? And she said straight up, she didn't know it to that extent till it was on TV and the roots and stuff came out.
See, propaganda. Look at this. Like when you ask me,
look, people know about it,
Yeah. Look.
Especially in rural areas.
Whole lot.
So I'm wondering, was it just something to shock our conscious and hinder our creative power? Because we always had that in our subconscious, where your knowledge and conscious is not that man was my master and I was his slave.
Well, see, I like to think of it like this. Let's say you couldn't read a newspaper, and radio devices wasn't up back then. And I'm coming. And I'll be right back. Hold on.
All right, let me add this real quick. When we speak on the slaves or whatnot, there is valid proof that the slave is real and that the story is real. It might not have happened how they said it, where it's all, where we think about the boat and everybody talking about we was already here in that type of junction with it. If you ask me, it was handed down and we've become the slave master mentally to our very own offspring. If you don't listen up to the system where you sent your kid to that school, she come home with a report that don't meet the teacher's expectations or the principal of that school, and you as a blind parent, you think it's hold on. You as a blind parent, you think it's cool for you to whoop your ass whoop your child's ass because they got an F for not being for not learning how to be dumb right. So look, this is where like the physical and visual lashing of the slave is shown when daddy and mama is whooping their child's ass. You know what I mean?
And I argue with my mama about that all the time. I argue with my mom about that all the time. You need to get a switch. No, I'm not whooping my child with those damn sticks and switches and shit.
Look at this. So when you see your little melanated babies crying by your hand, You hear me? And you should be teaching them your damn self. You whooping them because somebody else ain't satisfied with them not listening to them. So it's like you looking at that little crying baby, all of the babies, man. I ain't about to just tie it to the blacks because all of the children are getting their ass whipped.
But who
and the mothers
who was saying go get a switch off the tree?
Yeah,
we had to break switch. That was a lonely walk to go get that switch. When my auntie told me go get me a switch, I had to go pick one of them bitches off the tree. I had to pick one myself, bring it to her, and then get slapped by the shit or threatened with it. And then they use trees to crucify.
I remember that.
Yeah, it's all a slap in the face.
Belts and stitching cords and all kind of shit.
I picked a little one, and she told me to go back and get another one.
Look at this, y'all. It's all a mental falling because these is your children whom you birthing. You need to whoop your own ass if you don't know what to be teaching them. If you sending them off to the next man who said he a man and you claim you a man or you a woman, mama and daddy, you need to teach your babies while y'all was sitting up in that room humping and sweating. This what comes out of that, and you can't throw that. This ain't football. You can't throw your baby doll across the room to the next stranger to catch him. Go ahead.
What I was saying about
tie in the
y'all was talking about slavery earlier, and I was saying some people didn't know about these things because a lot of black folks in the South were isolated from a lot of things, and all they knew was their community.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, sometimes I think you got.
I mean, I just be looking at it from different aspects,
Yeah, but I would think at 100. But I would think at 106 years old, she should know something to the gruesome extent, to the gruesomeness of that, what they said was.
If some people were isolated, like look what happened to the Black Wall Streets throughout America.
Right.
Not too many people are still allowed to actually talk about that.
Right.
Yeah, I believe what knowledge would for ignorance say, maybe I'm not saying it didn't happen, maybe it didn't happen on the extent that they feeding us it happened.
Yeah, and maybe they isolated people from the truth. When all it takes is one generation.
Because you got to think about them stories, man. Like you just said, castrate you in front of your wife and kids, then rape your wife. And I mean, there's some shocking old shit to the Southern countries, man.
Oh, that's a good term. Right.
But now, if you never would have known that history.
So check the history out that they tell us. That shit could be bullshit because if you look at what the colonialists, what they depicted the natives to look like when they came to the East Coast, you see that these people look like swarthy people, as they put it. They was like people of color. And then when you look at the so-called natives of the West Coast, the Asiatic hybrids. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So the people that you take as Indians from these depictions or the accounts of colonists when they came over to the East Coast, they're not the same type of Indian that you see over in the West Coast. I think that's a highlight for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
a major highlight.
Confederation.
And then I gotta look at the point of, they want us to disassociate ourselves with this land so bad and look over toward Africa. And I'm not taking anything from Africa, but if I take a dude from New York, a dude from Chicago, a dude from LA, a dude from Memphis, Atlanta, Florida, put us in the line, we're going to have similarities. And you take those Africans and put them in the line, they got their own similarities where they from. They don't look like us, man.
Yeah, we from here, man.
It's not about mixing, because if I mix a white man with a guy and a woman, that baby going to still look Ghanaian. But it's just, I don't believe why they want us to disassociate ourselves from this land. Look away from here.
Well, see, I think that's just what they want to superimpose. Like I said, I ain't saying necessarily everybody came from there, but we don't know. I can put it like that, but all we can do is speculate through facts and information that we done gained throughout these years, and take heed from what elders said.
because it's just as many of us over here as it is, not as many as it is over there. There's a bigger land, of course. But I'm saying, it seems like if you look at all through history, all other places around have always migrated this way. Maybe this was the motherland.
There you go. Because like that Columbus story said, it was Indians and all that over here. They had cities all over, like the Buffalo.
Excuse me. What about what about? There's this book called. Excuse me. There's a book called 1421. China Discovered America. I mean, not everybody knows about that book.
But how you discover something already here?
Yeah, I hear you. And in 1492, Christopher Columbus was the one who discovered it.
I choose another. I say he landed.
That's all it was.
Yeah, he just landed on the land. He didn't discover shit.
Hey,
y'all.
He just came over here.
Hey, look at this.
He gave a name to a land that already had a name,
And then here's something that I've been listening to the idea, but here's the thing. Okay, there's cardinal directions. And when you're traveling whatever distance, let's say you're traveling from America to Africa, Africa to America, there's a certain way that people will tend to voyage from east to west.
Okay, but what they got to do with him discovering America?
Yeah, I got
nobody discovered nothing. This place discovered itself.
That's just like me knocking on your. This is like me knocking on your door and say, "Hey, I discovered your house, man. Let me come on up in here and see what's in the refrigerator."
You just went there for the first time.
Straight like
you
that.
ain't ever going to California. It's like flying out to California for the first time.
I wish you would walk up on my house talking about you discovered my house. I'll break your mouth. You fresh my house right on the shore.
Let me see what's in this refrigerator, man.
Right, I'm gonna break your fingers. You hear me? Hey, look at this. But hey, look, it's all bullshit, like you just said, Red. You hear me? And look, I was just scribbling it down. Look at this. Bullshit denotes. Look, bullshit denotes the bully. You hear me? The bully is the bullies. When you spell the bullies, that's bullies. Bull eyes. You hear me? A whole bunch of bullshit. Look, then the bull eyes turn to bull eye. You hear me? The target, you know, when you close your eyes to shoot a target, the target is the TI. And this is the targeted individual. Hence, the fucking store target with the dog with the rings around his eye. It's all bullshit.
I hear that. Goddamn.
Straight
bullshit. We getting bullied, man. And that bull got horns and they call it the devil.
And the motherfuckers, they got us so focused on yesterday, we don't even know what's going on today.
But we see today is some bullshit.
That's where probably these contracts came from when they had these motherfuckers. They thought they were so uppity with their English language. They come up with these written contracts and shit and then build countries on it. Like, yeah, remember y'all signed this motherfucking treaty or y'all signed this and gave us the land and all that type of bullshit.
Yeah, and it's like the paper got power. These fucking uppity contract holders, I slap their hand off you. Where am I sword?
And then let's talk about this English language. What if that was already our original language, but it had a different name on it, and they just renamed it English? Because it's the prominent language around the country, and it may come from here once again. You know, because if you look at a lot of ancient maps, Egypt and all that shit was over here.
I feel you, flat plane, and I'll say English and all of this was here. It's just been twisted where it's a spell against you. You know what I mean? Because everything is everything, and these motherfuckers ain't made the letters and the words. This all belongs to the creator. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody down here did nothing. Where these letters and the black letters go on that white page, they didn't make that happen. You know what I mean? It was already here. Whether
And
you
then,
chopped the first tree and made the book, it was already here. Go ahead.
and then they
I said all it takes
twist the meanings of it around, like, and we probably just twist it back. Maybe good really is bad, but we call bad good. Maybe we subconsciously twisting it back to where it originally came from, because if it's a play on word, then it's a spell. So we think we speaking good things on ourselves, and we're really speaking bullshit.
Right. And I was just actually talking about that because I was talking about how, in our tradition, like this voodoo thing is like what we do, you know what I mean? Like in an African, not African, necessarily wholly African culture, but the Creole people and the people along the island, they practice some form of it too, but they, in a way, they demified it. And they told us stories like witches was getting burned and this, and that. It made people kind of scared to do things that were more of their natural system and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. I think the witches were getting burned, and the witches that was getting burned is the very witches who casting spells on our ass and got us asking questions.
But the people they call witches weren't necessarily all the time real witches. It was really the witches burning free thinkers, calling them witches.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
You right. Yep. It's totally reversed. You right.
And I feel like they did that.
Thought about an edict. They used to hammer edicts to the walls. They used to hammer letters to the doors and shit. And edicts in English is kind of like the same, I thought, but that's just a little.
Yeah, because ain't nothing doing the sun. You try to destroy what you don't understand, or what you don't understand.
That's right.
Facts.
And then it's like, I feel like when he said they're the ones doing it now today, I feel like they did all that until they can make something that will be like on a mass scale, like how TV is and shit. I made a status the other day talking about how technology kind of retards us. And it's like, in a way, they pushed all that shit down until they figured out a way that the science behind it in a way that they can implement it in their own evil and nefarious way and shit in a wide stream.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you totally. It's like, who in the hell gave you the right to think you can tell somebody they allowed to do something? Like, who the fuck gave you to go ahead? All of the people who head you took.
Mm-hmm. And
you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn.
Sometimes that influence of power scare people, man.
Yeah, and we gotta stop being scared and remain sacred. Scared is sacred, and we are the sacred of the land. But we scared, you know what I mean, today. We scared of the dark and we sleep in that shit.
Because they use all this, how to direct our energy, and they use it with fear-based concepts. It's always something bad. It's been hell over here. It's been destroyed over here. It's fires over here. The market finna crash. The dollar gonna mean nothing. You gonna be in the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, and that's
police killing you.
Tactics. Yeah.
The police killing you. And I'm gonna ask everybody on the panel. That's just a little experiment I do. And be honest, I got 8 people on here. How many people personally in your life have been killed by a police officer?
I know one.
I know one right now.
Personally.
Miss my cousin out.
So that's one. That's one out of 8.
Yeah, I know one.
Yeah, I know one. Classmate. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
I'm like 10 steps away from his obituary.
Mm-hmm. I just want to know.
For that shit though, I don't know no regular black man that just was walking down the street and got blasted by the police.
I do.
Most people that get shot by the police, beat them niggas.
I know one. He'll be probably 30 this year. You know what I mean? And this young man was a fighter. Like he'll beat somebody up not wanting to, smiling at the same time. And it was like one of those youngsters who don't know. He don't know that he's running back and forth to jail. He don't see it. You know what I mean? But one of these times where he went to jail, the last time he went to jail was a big old high speed throughout the neighborhood, helicopters, wrecks, and then a ego-filled young man who don't really give a shit about what you talking about, officers. He wanted him a car or whatnot, and you feel me? Y'all making all of this sparkly shit that entices us. So, you know what I mean? He took him on one in a stolen car. But this was the last night he was going to get to do this. You know, and I saw him bloodied up on the curb. This is the last time I saw my cousin alive. He was bloodied up on the curb with a smile after wrecking the cherry red Mustang, right? And he went on to jail, you know, but he didn't come out alive, and he was hung in his cell, and it was a big chase. A whole bunch of police chasing this young man. You hear me? And this young man would have beat up any one of them cops. So I know they jumped my cousin and they hung him in the cell. And not to mention the wreck, but he had wounds on him that come from knuckles. You know.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Carlos Green, man.
Condolences.
Yeah, that shit real.
Condolences, bro. Condolences.
Condolences to you, brother.
Excuse me.
Respect, y'all.
I don't know anybody personally, but I know one of my friends. He lost his cousin in 2015 by a cop, and the situation was on the news, and I looked it up. Huh?
No, go ahead, sis.
Go ahead, sis.
Okay, I was just saying that it was the person was an artist, a drummer. It happened here in Florida. Corey Jones. And then, you know, he was mild-mannered, pretty much, I guess. But he got stopped, and he never made it past that stop.
Yeah. I just met a brother that I had just met with. I just kicked it with him. Just met him, just kicked it with him. And then the next time I heard about him, the police stopped him as well. And he ran from the police, and they shot him in the back of the head from like a distance. And then they handcuffed his body, and it was like, you know, it was a quiet uproar about that, like amongst the people that knew him. But there wasn't no, you know, there wasn't no media coverage of the shit at all. Because back in them days, in like the real early 2000s, like motherfuckers was not getting no type of coverage, and them cops in Florida was real live shooting motherfuckers left and right. Yo, they couldn't.
It's so crazy. The guy's name was Corey Jones. And then there was, how is it that one of the little reports that I read, you know, one of the little reports that I listened about too. Okay, the people investigating, it took them 9 days to get the evidence that they needed to put the officer in check.
Hey,
9 days? I'm just thinking to myself, okay, the little bit that I know, it would have took 9 seconds if I decided to be one of those hateful behind people and decided I wanted to shoot up somebody. It would have took them less than 9 seconds.
And then, you know, now I went down playing in the situation. I was just asking that, you know, to kind of see if the propaganda being fed is really just all that true that they saying it is, or is it something to spark your emotion and get some type of reaction out of it?
I would say that the Philando case. My bad. The Philando Castile case that happened in my state, actually, not too far away from my hood. And my cousin actually yesterday was talking about how she knew him and this and that. So I can say for that at least that was that happened in Minnesota. But I feel like what I would add is I feel like if it is anything, it'd be these things happen in a ritualistic manner. You know what I mean? We can't say it's scripted, but you know what I mean.
It's scripted, bro. Look at this. Have you ever realized the thought about it? Like I was just wanting to say, like us sitting here talking about this, what everybody just spoke about they family who, you know, lost their life to this type of situation or what have you. Think about this word, y'all. Alienation. And we just said this last night, Red Squid. It's like remember Mars Attacks? the little aliens was running around and they was zapping, they zap your ass with that gun, you fucking dead. You might look at them little aliens, they look all funny, weird, and crazy and shit, but that little gun they holding on zap your ass to the bone. And it's like alienation is little, we talking about a, so to speak, targeted type of situation, you know, dealing with these handcuffs and bullets flying with the freeze behind it. It's like these are the people you looking at that's alienated by these, you know, so to speak, twisted aliens in these costumes that's all the same. You know, the Mars Attacks, they all had on the same type of suit. You know what I mean? I gotta watch that movie and see what the fuck. Go ahead.
I feel where you going with that.
But it seems like 1/3 of the police now are blacks. So
Yeah.
it's propaganda, my brother.
Yeah.
Good point, because you see a whole bunch of hold on, brother, hold on. You see a whole bunch of black cops on there twisted and shit, but the black people don't say nothing about that.
Yeah.
So it's more propaganda to make us scared of the system, in my opinion. But cops will fuck you up.
They will fuck you
So I
over.
ain't saying this.
Hey, and look at this, like
It's more overrated.
look at this, y'all. Y'all know a lot of the service vehicles say we serve the people. You know what I mean? But that ain't the case, because we the people talking about how we getting our head busted right now. So it's like these people are lined up and they are getting PO'd or paid off or played off,
Get their
checked
head
off.
busted, dying, everything
Yeah,
else.
look, they serve the people who put them in that car. Them the people they serve. We didn't put them in that fucking car. You know, we didn't provide them the utilities they use, like Batman.
Mm-hmm.
For them
Yeah,
to
we
become a
did.
superhero.
Yeah, we did, because everybody pays a sales tax.
I mean, I'm saying you was played into it. We did not do this knowingly. This is what I'm saying. Mind manipulation and, you know, control of the people got us here. You know, deception got us here, man. The fall of the mental. You know, if you fall in your mental, it's like
our leaders. All of our leaders got co-opted, except for like really the Moors. Hold on.
Is it necessary?
Hold on, 1 second, just like when I look at it as the leaders. Hold on 1 second, bro. Just when I look at it as the leaders, every last group, their leaders are sellouts or just super sellouts, except for people that's telling us not to be black, because you know if you shoot, hold on 1 second, bro. Just if you shoot a Moor, you're gonna get sued and the cop gonna go to jail. But if you shoot a black man, ain't shit gonna happen to you. So it's our leaders that then break this off and then had us in the mirage. My opinion of it.
You right.
You're right. We have elected officials, and everybody. I'm sure that there's a lot of people who agree with me. Okay, from President, the puppet Trump, etc., and then some, to elected officials. You know, from my local state and local state, and even the city and councils and whatever whatchamacallit. But those people, there's a lot of things that need to be changed. I mean, that's the simply put thought. I could go down 1,000,001 list of why things need to be changed, as well as the next person.
Like the brother
But it
said,
needs to happen.
a lot of them be paid off and be a part of secret societies and shit that they have signed, you know, oaths and shit that they can't help other people that's not, you know, a part of that organization and shit. So they say things like Black Lives Matter. Well, black has no standing in law, so that's a trap
All
hole in
lives
itself.
matter. It's crazy. It just says Black Lives Matter, and the stupidity has happened to the Black lives.
But there's leaders that's keeping the perpetual lie of being black. You know, we're not black. Black will get you killed. Like the brother said, if you're a Moor, you get sued. But if you're a black man, you're
But
not.
not just a Moor.
They'll get
I
off.
was wrong for you just to say my fault for just saying a Moor if you have a good contract with law. My fault for that. I was just like throwing that out there. My fault, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, point taken still, you know what I mean? Like the term black is getting people a lot more trouble than, you know, people think. And that shit needs to be addressed right there.
That's so true. It's sad. It's so sad, but it's still true.
It like that word, like it's like be lack, it's lacking, it's back. It's like, you know what I mean?
It ain't funny, but I'm like,
Yeah, man, it's like ain't nothing wrong with black if you ask me.
Friends over there, so it ain't.
Yep, I
ain't
don't
nothing wrong with black,
titles.
but if you look in the law book, man, they got us so fucked up with legalese. We don't know what the
Yeah,
fuck
it's
they
where you
talking
got to
about.
take your mind back, and when you take your mind back, you literally take yourself back. It's like dealing with all of this wordplay. Can y'all hear me clear? Hold on, real quick.
And
All
we
of the
sleep.
word.
I'm 40 years old though, so I know we need to hurry up and wake
Yeah.
up. But I think Trump going to take that black off the. So it's going to force a lot of us to wake up. My fault.
You good? Look, it's like to be black or to claim or say you belong to any race is a slap in your own face. Your appearance shows it. You know how the action speaks louder than words. And this one thing I realized. It's like for you to say it out your mouth that you belong to any race when it's obvious with your appearance, you are racist. And not saying RASCIST, but RACES, racist. Racist, running races is racist. You hear me? This is what they doing in the Olympic game. But to run this race when you end up you see one person at the front that's the so-called winner. All of the people who lost made the winner. You hear me? But when you say win, you said won. And when you say WON, you saying ONE. And one is the winner. Once you realize you won, one is whole. That's the whole. And when you realize that everybody that was the loser, they was just too loose. They was all spread apart. And once we all come back together as one, we'll see that we all winners. Because you can't be a winner without me, going with you in this game. And I might lose on purpose. You don't know. I make you a winner. This is where the loser need to be commended to. I slap him. We go off the you go off the court, off the field crying, bro. I whoop your ass, bro. Go ahead, y'all.
What's up, Mike?
What's up, gang, man? I was just listening to y'all. I ain't want to jump. You know what I'm saying? I'm with y'all. I'm trying
What's
to catch
up,
up.
Mike C?
How y'all feeling, man? What's up, man? What's up? What's up, Old Soul? What's up, Rachel? What's up, Nine Temple, Mind's Eye?
Hey, my fam.
Dog,
Peace to
Flat
everybody
Plane, what's
in
good,
this.
my boy?
What's up, my brother?
What's good, Adam?
What's up,
What
man?
y'all on, man? How we
Oh,
feeling?
I got several good things happening over here. Trying to keep
Mike,
it like that,
Mike,
you know?
I already know, bro. You gonna be ready to go in, man. I know you got your pad with you.
Yeah, I'm on my way to the crib. I was in the car moving around, but as soon as I touch down, we can definitely get it on. Whatever y'all want to talk about, or however y'all want to do it, I'm with it.
Man, we had some good stuff. We had some good stuff going last night, boy.
Oh man, I was still thinking about that all day today, man. I'm glad you got it on. But what you said about the guy being the last bit of blame before you, man, that was deep. That stuck with me, Flat Plane. That shit really stuck with me, gang.
That's right. Hey, glue super glue, man. If it makes sense, man, you better take that jewel. You hear me?
Yeah, I'm gonna take the. I'll take a lemon and make a lime light out of it.
That's right.
You know what I think?
When
What
I
I'm
go
gonna do
through all
with
these
the jewel?
languages, I look at the word God.
Say it one
See,
more
you read it
time.
from the first page of the Bible. Oh, my fault. My fault.
Now, go ahead. What'd you say there, brother? Go ahead, Black.
When I'll be trying to translate the Bible in like 6-7 different languages, and in the beginning, you can't start no sentence in the world like that because it starts off with a preposition in the beginning. So when you turn it around, the original way to say it's the principles of, it's the principality. And then when you look at the word God, it goes back to theo. So a theo is the. So anything after the is a noun. So it's the art of the theology of the sun, the thesis of the moon, the theologians. That's just people like real good high doctor degrees, and everything is written down on the paper. So a lot of this English language we just got to look at things from other languages.
Hey, that's dope. Cause is that why that damn chipmunk Theodore is the smart one? He always talking about the stars and shit like that. Theodore and the chipmunks. Theo. He like Donatello on the damn Turtles, man. All of this shit is the same shit.
Yep, that's right.
A lot of shows that
it all started out with the children's programming. That's how they dropped the hints from the jump.
Boy,
yeah, they got it figured out in the 60s.
Hey, and hey, when I look back on it too at the old school cartoons, this shit is so wretched. Like, look back at the old school Smurfs, man. They red, white, and blued us out. You feel me, with them Smurf colors and all that shit. It was all wretched. You hear me? I couldn't have dealt with the cartoons back then.
I think more important thing is the people behind the control of what's going on. Like in the 60s or even in the 30s when like TV first started coming out, I think the people in control saw more areas of control with TV. And so they just, they kept going with it. And now look what they can do with it today.
That's facts. That's facts. I always say that, or we always say that. It's like, check the backdrop, man. See who doing the check out the artists and the damn script provider. The people that's really putting this damn film together. You know what I'm saying? It's deep in the back.
Well, a lot of the TV series and stuff that go on, it's still the same old fable, the same old story of fucking Jesus, just retold in different ways. So
many different ways.
Still pulling the same Hegelian dialectic, but throughout different TV shows, like Captain Planet. That's a Hegelian dialectic. Of course, Captain Planet is fucking Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Superman's another Jesus. Even Goku's another fucking Jesus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all the same shit retold differently. And from a heliocentric standpoint for, mind propaganda.
Mm-hmm.
They try to make heroes and shit for real. Like, I don't know. I ain't never think about Captain Planet as a Jesus, but I can definitely think that they definitely have a way of making heroes or what look like hero figures.
Well, like one thing Jesus has got going is like when he was a child, when we watch those scary movies with the malevolent child, like the child that can make people stab themselves in the stomach or like walk off
cemetery and pyro and shit like that.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like as a child, Jesus did all those malevolent child things. Like I forget what story it was, but like like this kid
pushed the kid off of a roof and shit.
Well, he drank nothing. Man.
He killed a child and brought him back to life, or he made him speak as a dead child. It was like it's some creepy stories about that.
That is deep. Remember that little smirky child on the Passion of Christ? When it looked back, it was all veiny and oh man, that shit creeped me out.
I just got finished watching Smoking Aces today. Y'all remember the movie Smoking Aces with Alicia Keys in it and Common?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Remember the hillbillies killed Ben Affleck, and they shot him up while they was planning to do whatever they was going to do. They did a drive-by on him, and then the leader of the hillbilly, he came up to Ben Affleck's dead body, and he like used his hand to make him talk and shit like that. That is something kind of like the stories of Jesus, and as a badass child, he did some shit like that.
For real, like a child was running past him and knocked Jesus down, right? And then Jesus like kind of looked behind him and said, fall where you stand. And the child just died. And he didn't bring that motherfucker back to life. But the other child that was on top of the roof that fell off the roof of his parents' house and died, and all the village was thinking that it was Jesus. So they go to Jesus' dad and say, hey, your fucking son's starting shit again. And then Jesus looks at the dead boy and says, I forget what his name is, so I'm just going to put in a name like Zeno, but it did start with a fucking Z or something like
that's something.
He said, Zeno, get up and tell them the truth. So Zeno's dead-ass body gets up and tells everybody in the village, no, it wasn't Jesus.
No, it wasn't Jesus, right.
But the thing
is, this come from?
And then he went back to death.
You know that remind me of? What that really said to me was...
Yeah, that was my fault. I want to know what fake-ass book that comes from, because the damn show don't come from the scriptures.
How come we never had the power of... How come we never had the power of selection? We always had the power of election.
I didn't hear you playing. What was that, bro? The power of what?
No, I was just basically saying, how come we always had the power of selection? But I mean, we always had the power of election, but we never was able to select what it is that we decide to vote on.
Like really, the bulk of the main source of I feel you. Yeah,
well, the info we got from Bro Sanchez says that it's all still the same shit from Egypt. The whole class system, the whole wealth system.
Yeah, it is. It's a pointed out hierarchy where it's a natural one that ain't got to be pointed out. This is where every man could have said, "I'm a man on this planet," and it would have been true.
No, and that's why you have to claim that, because all of us still living in maritime law.
Yeah,
and I
think it's all. We all came out to seize our mother. So that's when it says a maritime law. When you take it from the seas of your mother and you send it to some man. So now you're bound down to a pen.
Man, we don't worry about black. We don't worry about Afro. I mean, we have to classify as man through our birth certificate.
Yeah, hey, it's crazy because as a man you are called a mister, and you get dressed every morning. You hear me? Now it's like the word mister is literally missed her, and you became him, your dad. This is why you still a mister, and she's the Mrs. Yeah.
Yeah, you always put the mist first and the womb first because you always come through the portals of your mother.
Yeah, the mist. You know what I mean?
The mist, yeah. Oh yeah, the moist.
Like in the midst of, like the mist, like come out like the dew.
And then it's like literally mist, like you threw a target. Like say you came in here and you was trying to be a man and you came out of mama or a woman. You know what I mean? You missed her or you missed him. But it's like some of them do be confused with it because they get the propaganda pushed towards they they unbalanced thinking as a child dealing with their sexuality, and they see the confusion that's within their mind. Parents ain't there to teach them right, or the parents right there same sex, and you know what I mean, in today's world. But it's like that child say it's a little man, he thinking unbalanced right now, and then he ain't spoke to nobody about it, and he turn on the TV, and everything he's unbalanced going towards is saying, "Come on in, little dude, get this pink, put this, get that on in there." You know what I mean? And he's gonna consolidate it in his soul that he a fag for sure. He see a whole bunch of dudes on the TV fanning flags and putting on lipstick. You know what I mean?
Kissing.
Yeah, it's the propaganda that pushes you into the.
That word,
huh?
On my phone, when you use that word "miss," there's two different types of S's in English that we don't know. It's the Ms. and the Miss, and like the Mississippi, the Missouri, the Michigan. The word "miss" means flow, like transmit, like flow across, like send. And when you say "miss," like the Ms, like misophemia, like miscalculate. That's like not or bad. So we just certain words gotta watch.
Yep, the S is the Z. You know what I mean? It's deep like that. It is, man. It's so much wordplay and so many things that mean the same thing but look different. You know what I'm saying? Make the same sound. It's like everything's not what it seems and everything is everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like words that share the same meaning, like
as above, so below.
Yep, like WHY with the letter Y. YXY. You know what I mean?
And then it'd be like some of the letters be the same. You know,
I ask why.
Like a W and a V and shit.
Yep, you ask why because you got a thought that you need to settle. You know what I mean? That's why you ask why. But at a time, you didn't have to ask why because if you ask me, you know what I mean? We didn't beat our children for not learning to be less. And we always came out, to obtain and have more. But not at the same time, not even be locked into that shit. Yeah, the lesson ain't nothing that's giving you more. That's a lesson is shut the fuck up and listen, boy.
Hey,
You hear me? Don't talk back like they say. Go to Bible, get your Bible lesson. Less ain't never gave us more. They say less is more, but shit, it ain't true. It's how you look at it and what type of person you are.
More is less, huh?
Yeah, more is less in this world.
Yeah.
Just imagine I'll be miserable with a 20-bedroom house.
Oh, you ain't never
And I'm the only motherfucker in it.
Come to think
I'm gonna
about
fill
it.
that damn thing up with kids.
Hey, but what I was gonna say
more
earlier,
actually a mother take, and in English it's more of a comparison word, an adjective. So why wouldn't you want to be more? That's all.
Yeah, you gotta. And I say that's obtaining. You know what I'm saying? When you obtain things, it ain't like I don't want to say I got this or I cop that, but I obtain things, and the things when I'm done obtaining it, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I mean? I
you'll
ain't
pass
here.
it down. A lot of people die with it and
Yeah, die with this shit. You can't even take the body you hold on to this shit with. You gotta put everything down and get the fuck on.
That's
I
true. Like
hear
I
you.
said
And that's
earlier, I could have some silver certificates. I could have some $100 bills. I can't take none of that with me.
You can't.
Yeah, talking about put that in my casket. Look at this shit. You know how we always say, I wonder how many gonna be there for my funeral. God damn it, I ain't gonna be there. Not in the flesh.
And they gonna put you in the urn after you earned all that money. They just gonna
All that
put
shit
you
I
in
be
the urn.
talking about the more though, but one thing I hate is the secret to a lot of this shit is you never own nothing, you just control it. So you're right though, we can never fuck that.
That's
All that
true.
stuff. It ain't at the end,
That's
it ain't
number
nothing.
one. That's. I mean, you use other people's money. I mean, not even just money. Like, why control anything to be liable? I mean, not saying that you not being
Hey, that's dope. You just said it.
conscious or responsible. It's just more of like, why put yourself in that if you don't have to?
Hey, look at this. You said
You can't take it with you at the end. My fault for cutting you off.
you sure can't, and it ain't no end. I say you can't take it with you at the bend because you put that body down and keep going as the energy that made the body. It's like the body is the buddy and the buddy is your friend. That buddy ain't you. You just think it is. You know what I mean? You put your buddy down and you move on.
My buddy.
And I feel like the way they say it.
You got me
Yeah.
saying, ouch. That hurt.
Yeah.
Hey, but I wanted to bring back up like what I was when I got cut off earlier when I was saying it's funny how when we were talking about like the merit, but we were talking about something that we started talking about do and miss, and then like the do is like what's on the water, but at the same I mean what's on the grass when you wake up, but at the same time it's like before you can get anything done you have to do, and it's like the miss. The myth, man. I was breaking that down in my head.
That's dope. Go ahead.
I feel you.
That's ill. Go ahead, man, because that's an ill.
First miss, though. Us men gonna hate the first miss. That's we gonna hate that though. I call that.
Yeah, it's like, look, we try to just imagine the bully that targets you. You know what I mean? That was dope too. You said flat plane where you just said they use up all the people's money, and when you said that, I heard they use up all the people's one eye, and that's your, the third eye is really the one eye, and that's the first eye that controls the two that you got control of, and you don't know you controlling the first eye too. But it's like when they use up the people's money, they use up the people's one eye, and that's your very thought process. That's a decapitated head.
Yes, and that's also the resources.
Yeah,
You also
energy.
need to
You
write
can
a
say
story.
E for energy too.
Isn't another word for money currency with the mist, all that like goes together or something? Y'all on to something for real.
Yeah, you know,
like think about it. Who just said that? Earn a living.
Yeah, that was me.
That's dope because it's like they put your burnt up body in the urn after you get done living.
Yep, and everything that you get,
when you cremate it, you're right.
everything that you get, you earn it too. So it's dead when they give it to you.
Yeah, and it's all materialism. Where they laugh at you, say, how you talking about it's your car, it's your home, huh?
And that's why a lot of people don't sit there and put their families through all this torment to get buried. They put them through an urn.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think you will get back to the land faster. You better pour it in the ocean, in the dirt. Don't let it stay in the urn. You got to get back to the you got to add your flesh to the foundation so we can have something to stand on.
Your energy rises on the third day. Your energy can't rise inside of a metal box.
It sure can.
No. Yeah, it's like that's and then when you look at the shape, when you look
like
at the
you
shape
trapped
of
in
an
there like a
urn.
genie.
Yeah, that's the shape of an urn.
Mummified. Oh, well, hold on now. So we gotta. So our. That made me think about something. Like, so are we being mummified on this earth and to death?
Yes. I think when you put in the urn, that's a type of mummification. If you don't get back to the land, you may be a purgatory or stagnant soul in the spirit realm because your flesh ain't got back to the earth. It's like being, you know what I mean?
Incinerated.
Or it's a speed up where you may
They
be
keeping us trapped.
And then you think about the idea.
Because you think in the olden days they put them in the dirt with the rocks on top of them,
and they put them in a tomb and all type of other stuff. Like they sent burials like more better than now and shit. It's easy for a grave robber to rob you now and shit than it was back then and shit. But the term grave robbing isn't materialistic. It's more of soul robbing. You know what I mean? They got
in my will put me 6 feet deep without a box.
Straight up. That's what it's supposed to be, man. Look, it's like the mummification was another form of burning the body and putting it in the urn. This where it's like they either wanted to stay in the spirit realm or, come back slowly as they can or whatever, but it's like a disconnect. It's not natural. I don't see them fucking doing the animals like this. Look, we eating the fuck out of that meat. It's like the animals just keep on coming back. They letting the animals mix with the mud like we not. You know what I mean? We just chewing these damn animals. Keep on coming through.
And then when you reverse everything,
they don't put them in a box. They don't even let our poop be on the ground. They make sure our
poop. We shitting in the water we drink, man.
You right.
We shitting in the water. That shit's supposed to, it's brown as the dirt up under your ass. You supposed to put that shit into the land. Go ahead.
Then when you reverse the 6 feet, reverse what they told us, maybe the 9 is the number of creation, so maybe we supposed to be 9 feet deep.
9 months in that belly.
And what's deeper about it?
I like how you said that. When you say 9 is the number of creation, and when I come up with this weird shit, I be coming up with weird stuff.
Because you flip 6 upside down. You flip 6 upside down is 9.
Yep, 6 hugs the 9. 6 plus 9 is an 8. 3 plus 3 is 8.
Right, because put two threes together, that's 8 right there.
Yep. All of this shit, once you know what I mean, you break it down, man, you will see all of the symbols in this shit.
Seven being like a reaper thing.
So if we earn shit, does that mean we burning it up one way or another?
Hold on, let me tackle the earn thing for a minute because this is interesting. What commerce, everything, all this materialistic shit, it has like Saturn symbolism on it. And what is Saturn? Saturn. So we got earn right there as well. But all this materialistic shit, I feel like it's like all this energy is going somewhere and shit, and it's being like kind of harvested, and money don't really make.
Harness.
Yeah.
Hey, if you break that word here down, if you break that word,
casket.
Well, my bad, I can't hear you.
I don't know. I was trying to break it down. Cast, like casting, ket. I don't know what a ket is. Casting.
If you break down that word earn or any word that
I said
start really with IR.
Earn, burn. The learning burn. The truth hurt. When you learn some shit and you been sleep,
But like the base word for it, where it came from, is like when the sun comes up, the ear of the day, and you're right, it's burning, and that's what the sun do. It burns red. It goes to friction. So I'm agreeing with you with that word. They say the Erie people were so-called people that turned red when they got mad
or turned in their grave.
You're right though, for real. That's the root.
Or yearn too.
The thorn in the side,
Yeah, when you yearn something, that's like an emotion. Like,
you know, yeah, you yearn, you desire, you know.
Yeah, it's a burning desire up in the plate of your chest.
Yeah, or in that
on your loin.
Or in that casket that can't go nowhere because I don't know what they see. Why do these caskets cost so much?
Hey, you know when they say you know the word Johnny.
We might be being played on that, bro.
They dig them back up and resell them, motherfuckers.
Hey, look at this. Y'all know when they say flame on Johnny? You know the word Johnny is yoni. You know, yoni is the vagina. These motherfuckers said flame on Johnny. Flame on Johnny.
And that's deep. I'm glad you said that.
So when you get an STD, you be burning it.
When I look at the Bible and I read it in other languages,
y'all getting deep in that.
John is Jonah Ark. So it is a vagina. You right on top, bro.
Damn, that's
funny. Yeah, that's flaming. That's a burn right there, y'all. That's a burn, Red. That's a burn like a motherfucker. Flaming Johns and Yonis. You don't want that inflammatory shit up on you.
So when what's the brother name? When Usher was like, "Let it burn," he was dead ass serious because he was giving girls herpes and shit.
That's deep. That's deep, man. I'm snatching by the mohawk, man.
But see, we over there.
Hey, man, think about the song too. He was just a singer.
What is an usher too?
You're right though.
What is an
usher?
He
usher in the fuckery. He ushering in the damn genital face.
Hey, did y'all see that? Did y'all see that when Kevin Hart was doing an interview with P. Diddy and P. Diddy was drunk and he was like, "Man, me and Usher, man, we used to get up early in the morning."
Yeah, you talking about Mike Hart?
They used to fight over the cornflakes.
When they were talking about what was
on
the bed.
Some wild shit.
I don't know about y'all, but I ain't never fought my cousins and my little brother over no frosted flake. We ain't tripping over no frosted flakes, bro.
So you gotta ask what the winner get, goddamn.
P. Diddy
I seen that video when P. Diddy hugged Usher and he said something and Kevin Hart said, "What is that on the bed or something?"
Yeah, that was the same. Yeah, that's same. Kevin Hart real life covered for them. He could have went in, but he covered for his ass. You know,
or he pointed it out.
What was on the bed?
Hey, they arguing over frosted flakes. Hey, I'm steady.
No, he saved his tail.
Hey, when I see him, Red, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Kevin Hart, what's up, bitch ass nigga? Come here, man."
To you, like,
he gonna say, "What? I'm Kevin Hart. What? Bitch ass nigga."
So what was on the bed, goddamn?
Get somebody to help you.
P. Diddy was just saying a bunch of real live gay shit on the low. And
and actually it was a dildo.
Awkward.
Feeling this Ciroc
for a while though. Yeah.
Feeling this sweet gin he be drinking. Be selling that sweet gin to the people. About Ciroc. Okay.
Yeah, that shit is like 80% water or something. Fuck.
That was sugar water.
No, actually,
it's made in France.
Actually, it's made from grapes other than corn.
They say it's a rumor like $10 million club. You have to like date.
Yeah, I mean, this is expensive. If you want to drink that every day, you'll go broke.
That's that GMO liquor.
No. Actually, it's the opposite of that. But I ain't speaking up for it.
Hey, yo, Root Words, man, your audio be kind of finicky, yo. I don't know how the hell you got a screen share as your icon, but that's cool too. Well, how that book going, bro?
Yeah, I know.
Man, I'm almost done with that motherfucker. And I started this little really going down the rivers in the kayaks, and I'm starting to see all these old places that had castles and everything. And then when we was talking about we had to go down to the clerk of courts and do a lot of things, I start to find out in every county we got like 1,500 counties and they all got clerk of courts. Just all this shit coming together for me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, It's some beautiful shit, and that's what I was about to do. Just show these how all these buildings go off the waterway, and the maritime law means water. Just a lot of things they be telling us is fake, and when you see it yourself, it'll come together more than a person talking to you. Like the way they tell the slavery story, the way they tell the Civil War, the way they tell, like, just a lot of things is just
fake
They
shit.
give it to us.
We
They
was
give it to
beautiful
us like
people.
we give our kids Santa Claus and Easter and all this other bullshit. They talk to us like we the kids. They give us everything they give us is how we give to our
Nah,
kids.
you
That's
going
why
out
they
there?
govern our mental, because we act like we
My
don't
opinion
give
of
it.
it.
And they sit there and insult you instead of educate.
But
Hey,
we
look
ask
at
for this
hey,
shit. On
My
soul
opinion of
food.
it, the whole world look at us through languages.
I don't ask to be
They look at
insulted.
us like we're the greatest people in the
Not
world.
directly, but
If
not to
we
cut
act
you
like
off,
it.
bro. Go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. I didn't know y'all was talking. My fault.
Hey, yo, Root, man, I learned something about Ohio recently. I learned that there's 88 counties in Ohio, and Columbus is right there in the middle. And there's 88 constellations in the sky.
a phone bill.
Yeah,
You
and
said there's 88 in Ohio. That sounds like Mercury.
it seemed like Ohio is I know it's this information about to come out through the world. But they found the Hebrew stones in
You
Ohio.
good, boy.
The river that goes through Ohio called the
Good.
Scioto is the river of knowledge. There's places where I'm at where there's like 6 counties that's the size of a bear that we used to stay on top of. It's a mound, and where I be at, it's a mound it's a horse. It's something magical about these lands over here that the whole world know we're beautiful, but us. But Ohio is the real Spain. They say everything you think about Spain, just put it to Ohio, because that's where Plains 3,500 European horses come from.
So you basically
Spain.
So you basically saying everybody think, or actually, basically everybody knows what's going on besides us.
Most people know that if you speak any other language, yeah, you know what's going on. It's real easy. Just if you get out of English, the curse is over with. And I can't really say Spanish, but
So
if you can even get into Spanish,
I never heard the curses in English.
That's
That's
wild.
new.
Yeah. I took Spanish. I took Spanish 1 4 times in high school. I can't do another language.
See, I need to learn a new language. No, just by you saying that, I don't think you realize the jewel you dropped.
Like,
yeah, that is
in
heavy.
Spanish, the word Mary or the word Mar means seed. So when you look at the Bible, when you're looking at the word Mary, you just look at it totally different. Like a lot of certain people say the word is Yahweh, the word is Jesus. So there's a lot of different things that people ain't,
Right, like
I'm saying I'm not really trying to force my way, but people just need to look at it in a language way, and it'll destroy the way we was taught. And I think that's the only way to do it is spirit.
What's interesting about Spanish is like it's one of like Spanish and Latin. They're one of the Romanic languages that's tied back to Rome and shit. And when you see things like on Harry Potter and shit, when they cast spells and shit, then they talk in Latin or they use these Latin terms, and you'll see it written in cursive in the subtitles and shit. So it's all there, and it's all really interesting and shit that you bring that up.
Yeah, but a lot of people really don't understand the significance when they say everything from Mexico on down is Latin America.
Man, no, what Peter pissed me off.
That's
What you said.
and then when you look at languages, my fault. When you look at languages, all languages derive from the Latin script. See, there's classical Latin and
curse on. Who did they put this curse on?
So when you take it out of Latin, that's where you get every last language from Arabic all the way, unless it's Asian, but that's about it.
So we would say that was because of the conquistadors, or like the people that came in and took over Latin America and shit. Because wouldn't Latin be overseas in Europe and shit? Wouldn't that be the originating shit of that, or do you think it really originated?
Nah, them are children, bro. They've never had a standing army. They've never invented anything. There are children. Every time they get in a war, they lose, and they call the American Latin what they call the white and black Americans, the Marines, the people of the sea land. See, that's why Asia is winning right now, because America won't help Europe, Africa, and the Middle East fight no more. We like, look, we done helping y'all.
Man, they put
that's why the world is falling, because
they put the curse.
We put the curse on ourselves.
But no, I can't agree. I hear
when we make
agree
stores and we say that
it's fucked up.
Yeah, I answer.
Somebody narrated that
we put
story,
the curse on us, but
and it didn't happen until after the 1850s.
But somebody had to introduce.
See, we got to start putting dates in this stuff.
Somebody had to introduce it, and I ain't know.
It ain't a curse; it's a cursive. It's when you write it, bro. The curse is the cursive. When you cursive write.
I hear you. Cursive.
See, when contracts have been going around forever, there's always been a contract. You always contracted yourself to something.
And they don't.
You've always had serfdom or servitude.
They just love when you write your name. What is a signature? Man, you making me think too hard, bro.
So that's a sign. A signature is a sign.
Signature is the curse.
It's your own sigil, because sigils is like them angel language and shit. And so when you make a signature, that's some shit that you only could do, supposedly.
Right.
Like the word at.
Now I know why I need to put my name print and put a box over it whenever I sign my name. Wow, you just made me more of a man. And knowing why.
Nah, you gotta start writing stuff down.
Yo said a box. That's different. That's interesting.
No, put it in print. Put it. See, yes.
The only thing
I've been doing some
is
studying.
we don't write stuff down.
I've been doing some
studying. Into our brain.
I've been doing.
We could talk for 6 months straight.
Damn.
And at the end of them 6 months, we will not have a piece of paper written down on nothing we talked about. That's the curse. We don't know how to bring science to ourselves.
To take yourself out there, to take yourself out their jurisdiction, you write your name in print and put a box over it to let them know.
There's no such thing as print. That's what I'm trying to say. There's no such thing as print, bro.
Okay.
Let me just hear me out.
Cursive was the curse you said.
That's printing. When you print it in cursive. See, you're using the word print in the wrong context. It's the words, bro, that's cursed. You can't say, I'm just trying to tell you that when you use the word at, that's an A.
That's the same thing. Like, you making confusing.
Hold on, brother. When you use the word America, that's an A-M. See, it's the letters we write. There's 2 different A's in the English. There's 3 different E's. There's 4 different I's. There's 6 different U's, and we have to understand how to write them in phonetics. So I'm just look up the phonetic, the international phonetic alphabet, and it'll just open you up to something that they withhold from us, or a lot of us.
Bro, that's deep, because I researched Parsec syntax grammar.
Hey, Root, can I cut in for a second, bro? I want to add something to the point you just made. Yeah. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, no,
man.
I just was trying to tell you, don't think I'm trying to over. Yes, sir. My fault. Go ahead, brother.
No, I was just gonna say, just writing in cursive. You know what I'm saying? Like, just that word in itself and shit. You know, if you break it down, it's curse, and then it's IVE at the end. It's shit. Curse I've. You know what I'm saying? I've cursed myself. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you write in cursive and shit, like back in the day and shit, it was like a seal. That's why, anytime you had to sign something and shit, they would always get you to sign it in cursive. You know what I'm saying? God dang on, because you know what I'm saying? It's basically like, you signing a contract and shit, something that's damn conning you. You know what I'm saying? You cursing yourself. That's why you had to put it in cursive. But yeah, man, keep going, bro. Hell, that was deep, man.
Yep, and when you write is a ritual. Like, write is short for ritual, so that ties in there too when you're spelling or casting spells, cursive and shit. And even the vowels, because vowels are vowels. Vowels are vowels like promises too and shit. So it all gets deep, and it's all there too. Sentences, what are you?
That's awesome.
I mean, good phone died.
Yo said vowels and cursive and rights. Like, that's wild, yo.
Yep, that's deep. The vowel is a vowel.
They didn't have vowels at first. They didn't even have vowels at first. They took the motherfuckers out. Like when they talk about medu neter and they said they didn't have vowels back in the day and shit. Oh, this shit was slowly implemented and shit.
It kind of sound like bile.
No, it don't.
Shit.
The vowel, if you spell vowel, you say vowel and then L.
You think I'm gonna give you all my power? That's vile of you to think that
a vowel is a vowel to L.
Yeah.
I thought you said bile.
No, not with the B.
A vowel is your energy, bro. It's your volume.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Volume of the word. So there's no such thing as vowels. They're called morphs.
No, I said vile.
In the English language.
I said vile.
Now, I ain't trying to say y'all wrong. I'm just trying to say y'all might need to research this more, except for, you know what I'm saying? This ain't something that you could just
I said
throw out there.
vile.
You might have to.
Vile, like foul.
My bad. I said vowels. My bad.
Yeah, I'm talking like vile, like foul. It's foul of you to think that I'm supposed to bow to you and give you my power.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like you said.
Hey, real quick, my bad, minds.
You good? Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I wanted to ask Root something and shit, cause since we breaking these words down real quick and shit. Damn, have you ever looked into like the Algonquin or the
Algonquin?
Yeah, or the Choctaw, you know what I'm saying? Cause like I be listening to like some Native American music here and there, like the healing music and shit, when I want to get rid of a headache and shit. And a lot of the damn, you know, they language and shit, it resonate. You know what I'm saying? It kind of sounds similar to like what we already speaking, but it's like it's like chopped off of shit. Like they say like, hey wait no, hey wait no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's kind of similar to what we saying, but it's like they don't you know, they ain't got like compound words like we do. You know
they use the regular pronouns or like the little like the vowels that make those sounds. That's what they use as a whole.
Yeah. So I mean, I know Root. I know you.
When there's a word for song. There's a word for song that's SON. That's your sonar. That's your sound. That's your son. You know what I'm saying? So when somebody say May son, it ain't the mother's son. It's the sound of the mother. It's the mother's sonar. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is when you get to the so-called Kashak dog, because their languages is not a language, it's a song. It's a vibration. When you're wanting somebody to be happy, you play merry-go-round with him. Ashes, we all fall down. If you get 10 kids doing that around you, you're going to smile.
Shit, I heard that song.
You know what I'm saying? You get 10 people.
I feel you. That's
most of their words are sound. See, it's a sound. It's getting your tone pitched because we're the people of the Atlantis East Coast that has the greatest.
That's that flow.
That's real as fuck too when you think about it. Because all these songs got the same melody now when you think about it. So now they worked out a way to really get that simple sound and shit and have everybody on that same pattern and shit because everybody's listening to the same songs with the same melody. And that's
how they get.
And if you look at the word Algonquin, it's 4 words. It's Algonquin. That's Al is the. Gon is the original word for England and the Anglos. It's just an angle. You cannot be a Gon. It's an angle. It's a mathematical
That's deep.
degree.
That makes sense. That's deep as a motherfucker.
Like when you say Inglewood is the place where it was a mathematical degree where they cut trees down and made the first logs. And that's where you get your first logo, which means your first image. And then you go to Phoenix and then you get the Phoenicians. All these words is you get the sound. You know, all these words went through their little ways. But you have to really write this stuff down.
Yeah, the Phoenicians created a whole phony propaganda world.
That's what.
Okay, real quick.
But you know, it's the Asians. The Asians got some gun.
When you you have to have a place. When you say phono, you have to say sound. You have to write sound down.
Yeah, sonar. Come on, vision and
there is no place in the world.
Sonar.
I hear you, Quentin.
Hey, real quick. I just got one more question for Root, man. Dang on, cause hell, I know you go deep with them damn words, bro.
Yeah,
It's damn. Well, listen, it's a lot of damn different songs I done listen to, this and that and shit. You know what I'm saying? The Native American healing songs, but a lot of them, it's like something that I done noticed. It's a pattern and shit. Like whenever they want to say, damn, you know what I'm saying, blessings to all of us, or damn, like heal.
It's original voodoo, brother.
They
original
always,
voodoo.
They always say, damn, hey na you wa, or they'll say, hey na you way. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I don't know. I know you deep with them words, bro. So like, if you can break that down for me, it probably can help me out a little bit.
I'm trying to tell you that, like, I'm just asking that we need to start writing stuff down. That's all I ask. I'm saying it's the song. It's not people coming back to each other saying, "How are you doing?" Hello. It has no laws of grammar. No Indian language that they say over here has a law of language. It's a sound barrier. It's the sound. See, every word comes from letters and morphs. Every morph comes from a syllable, and every syllable comes from the sound. We made the sound, bro. I know that because you have to write the sound down. And there's not enough trees and no land that they saying sound came from, but in the Khalifa
land. And that's deep because I always say, you know, we do a lot of vulgar language. You know, we speak rude sometimes, and it's where like whether you meant it, like where you say, oh nigga, shut up, you know, and you cool with this person you talking to, where it ain't where we know you cool when you said it, but it carries a vibration, man. Whether it's cool to you or not, it's the vibration that's going into you. You know what I mean? And it's a negative one. You know how we talk to a cup of water and it talk back, so to speak, or the plants and all that. It's the tone that the word, which is the sound coming out your mouth, the vibration.
Before Sonetter, all of us were black, man. Before that science, not all of us, but 90% of us didn't know nothing about none of this stuff. We was all still in that so-called education. Okay, not y'all.
Our grandparents.
You said Sonetter?
Let me just say one thing. Before I can't even point to nothing he built. Let me just say this one thing. See, before Sonetter, we was all slave names. How about that?
Sonetter.
And
like,
then when
what do you mean Sonetter? You mean
that's what I'm saying.
New York
Who's
City?
Sonetter?
Or some other shit that sound like that's where he got his name.
Can I just say one thing real quick? I just want to say one thing. I just want to show you how powerful words are. I'm just trying to show you how powerful voodoo is. People give it different names. Before Sonetter, we all was so-called Black African. There was a couple specks of groups out there.
No, wait, root word. Who is Sonetter? The Netta, Yada Kata type.
The Meta, what you talking about? Hold on.
I'm saying there was no other.
Kemet?
I don't care what it is. He brought all these different. Just hear me out for a second.
No, that was.
I ain't listened to Sonetter a day in my life. Go ahead.
Maybe you, but I can say this: you've never before Sonetter. You can't name a time and date where different conscious communities came together.
But at the same time,
okay, here we go again.
He fucked that shit up. He ain't do that shit right. So
this
I mean,
is all I'm saying. Let me finish it out for 1 second, though, bro. Let me just finish it out for 1 second.
Hey, real quick. Let
me hold on. Let me just finish. Let me just finish it out for
real quick.
Second, though, bro.
I want to touch on your point. I want to touch on your point real quick. Let me touch on your point.
Let me just make this point before I forget it because I was waiting on. I just want to say
no.
Before Sonetter, the names of everything was regular, and then Sonetter brought a different voodoo to us. Some of us became Moors with L's. Some of us became Amun Ra. Some of us became Hebrews. Some of us became Israelites. Some of us became we from here and Africa. Some of us became Caribbeans. It opened up a brain of voodoo.
Some of us paid us.
That's all I was saying.
Some of us paid us because I ain't listened to Sonetter a day in my life.
Hey, real quick. All I need is 10 seconds, bro. All I need is 10 seconds, bro. And I give it right back to you. I just want to touch on the last point you made before you made that point, bro. Because you made a deep ass point. I don't want to get by nobody. Man, it really is about the sound because it's about how you pronounce it. And you right, bro. Like hell, at the end of the day, them songs that they sung and shit like that, it was more about the vibration versus the damn words. You know what I'm saying? Because that pitch that they would send out and shit, it would resonate with your body a certain way and shit. Cause hell, like I said, hell, shit, I get rid of headaches and shit just listening to the music. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even the fact that I could understand the words; it was the vibration and the pitch that was being sent out.
And yo, I wanted to say something about tone before yo said something, because you know we make atonements and shit, and you know yo was talking about sound and how you know tones.
Yeah, and that's all I was trying to say before Sonetter. Nobody, I don't like Sonetter, man. He don't push my movement. He don't like my moves. But I gotta say, before him, he set the tone in 50 states for the so-called people that was melanin, black, African, whatever we was. He changed our vibrations.
I think he was
America.
Maybe he was necessary evil. He was like a tool.
Yeah, he was one of the biggest tools I ever seen to bring down America, and it was through the vibration of a whole bunch of people setting out a different vibration of who they are.
I see what you're saying. You're saying that.
Yeah, he's like a library though. In every state you got Hebrew, Moors, indigenous.
Yeah, that was the YouTube world.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Do you
know
nobody want to talk about that, man?
I'm so new to YouTube. I don't know nothing about Sonetter. I'm straight from the gutter. I brought myself to this.
Do y'all know that he brought every last movement to our ears? Cause y'all are not.
I mean, look.
I think he giving Sonetter a little too much credit there, man.
Yeah, he do. All them decisive movements ain't really shit because he ain't really do nothing, really. He brought a bunch of New Yorkers together.
He
tried to make money off of people.
Black Power is this before Sonetter?
Bro, none of us black.
He brought everybody.
He brought the boroughs together. That's about it. And
he did not bring the boroughs. He is in every state.
Man,
he is in every state. He brought the Hebrews. The Hebrews wasn't even out before Sonetter.
That's not true, yo. The Hebrews.
They stand far apart.
Giving him too much credit.
Y'all better get this knowledge.
All y'all would have to do is tell me who brought your knowledge to kill me. Y'all can't even do that. So,
all right, so where's that Kemet shit he was pushing? That shit ain't go nowhere.
I'm gonna say this one more time. Y'all some haters if y'all cannot not tell me who brought y'all. Y'all even have the person that brought y'all's knowledge. That's how crazy it is. But I'll fall back, man.
No, my uncle gave me knowledge, and that's crazy because Sonetter didn't.
Sonetter was the Don King of the YouTube streets. That's about it.
I can agree with that. Don,
a conscious community.
Last time I seen Sonetter, he was talking about shooting niggas on YouTube.
That motherfucker is not conscious at all.
He was wearing bullet clips and shit.
He lost.
Can I say this real quick?
Go ahead, Q.
I was just gonna say this here, root right in a way and shit like that there, because in a way I can't disagree with him because here we wouldn't have never known about no damn young.
No, a lot of people wouldn't have known about.
Wait, did you wait?
You right.
Let me finish. Yeah, hold up. We wouldn't have never known about no young Pharaoh, no motherfucking Brother Polite. We'd have never known about no General Seti. Hell, a lot of these cats, you know what I'm saying? Sonetter actually went out there and put in the work and shit. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. Like, even though he a crook,
to the masses.
Hold on, wait. At the end of the day, he still got them, you know what I'm saying? He put the work in and shit. So regardless of what path,
I see what you're saying, yo.
So regardless of what path he took at the end of the day and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? I still got respect for Sonetter and shit like that there because Sonetter put Seti on. And through that, he put a couple other niggas on, and then Bro Sanchez got on, and hell, blah blah blah. And
but I ain't come through this through Sonetter.
Yeah. But he helped a lot of dudes, but I wouldn't say he the first. Though.
And then
I'm still not giving him $1. Fuck that.
That changed the spirit.
Me neither, Red.
Or give him the reason that I came in frequency.
See, y'all, all I'm saying is he helped the frequency in every state.
He helped
that's all.
The masses. But
the masses,
that's what we're saying. But the masses ain't here right now with us.
So he was the black dude in Terminator 2. All right, I get it.
You feel me? Like he may have moved them masses, but them masses move for 1 second and they done. This is the movement.
He really was Samuel Jackson and Django, goddamn.
I mean, he probably was
straight like that. Straight like that.
He did.
But if it wasn't for all right, when you talk about if you really want to look at Sa Neter for real, then you realize addressing Black Masons in our community. And if you willing to talk about that shit, then go ahead. But don't say Sa Neter was good, because motherfucker, you know there's some cruddy shit about Dick Gregory. There's some cruddy shit about these next motherfuckers, and so it's like
right
I'm
like that.
separate no motherfuckers, especially if they into that Black Masonic Lodge shit that don't do shit for our community, but serve us up to the Jews.
That's right.
And keep on pushing that same agenda.
Yeah.
Keep on pushing that same bullshit agenda.
Sa Neter is a stepping stone that we had to crush. That's all. Fuck that. I don't
Before Sa Neter, we could not beat nobody in a race joke. These after Sa Neter, don't nobody want to run up on us on race jokes. He really made us feel good about ourselves, man. Everybody is a king, well,
you should have felt good about your own self.
Everybody comes.
Right. Yeah, right. You had that already.
So you need Sa Neter for that shit.
Man, come on, man. Y'all act like I ain't been around here looking for this shit. Hebrews wasn't nowhere. Only people that was out there was the Moors.
See, but you weren't about.
Come on, man.
Like you don't make a decision on nothing. It's like you an Israelite. That's cool.
You talking about Dick Gregory, bro? You can't even name anybody. You can't even name your leader, bro.
I'm my leader.
I'm my leader, bro.
Ain't got no goddamn leader.
We fucked up now.
People that y'all cannot eat.
Hey, who's your leader when your leader get knocked down? Answer that. Who's the leader?
Polite doing.
No goddamn leader.
Underage.
Can I talk for 30 seconds? All I'm saying is I just need 30 seconds. Like,
man, I don't push no leaders here, man.
I never come on and say Sa Neter Studios, and then Brother Pike came on. See, he brought me to light. I didn't say
okay, well, he brought you to light then, brother. Congratulations. Sa Neter is your Neo.
I like to look at him and you ain't gonna get no name.
That's your leader.
Who brought y'all to light?
Sa Neter is your Jesus.
Like doing. Like the Nigerian is just mad and hate. Come on.
Hey, you get.
I don't have nobody to look up to.
Hey,
real quick, y'all. Hey, real quick. Real quick. Who gave me the light in my knowledge? Like I meditate, bro. Like I'm real spiritual. So mass come from the spiritual. Like it don't come from the one person or one man.
From the creator.
The universe. It came from my, you know what I'm saying? My higher self, bro. And yes, I learned it along the way. I pick up stuff from.
Yeah, you need to stop giving so much praise to men, man.
Who said? Who the first person you looked and said, "I'm gonna meditate like them"?
You said,
man, you're not gonna convince us that Sa Neter did shit for nobody on his panel.
I didn't say Sa Neter.
What did you say?
That I wasn't even talking to y'all about that.
Clarify.
Whoever he said that is, I want to respect. Everything comes from somewhere. So when y'all can't give no person up, and I'm just giving somebody credit that don't even like me or my group, you know, I'm still giving credit though. Look,
when you gonna give yourself some credit?
Man, we're the only ones that speak ourselves all master. Y'all got that off us, bro. Hey, y'all never been talking with everybody.
You're an intelligent brother, yo. Is Sa Neter gonna push your efforts when you finish?
I've never talked stuff wrong. We the ones that talk about stuff. You damn sure don't talk about it.
So you look at have you ever met Sa Neter?
Can I get 20 seconds, bro, real quick?
All I said, Sa Neter has a beautiful vibration and he lifted us up. He brought me black power.
Who was us?
Can I get 20 seconds before y'all keep going in?
He said we will never be to this point without.
Hold up, wait, just let me get 20 seconds.
A person that y'all that brought y'all inspiration. Y'all have not one.
I'm trying to give you the answer. I'm trying to give you the answer. Just give me 20 seconds, bro. Please, y'all, just give me 20 seconds.
Turn your mic up too, Q.
Oh, okay. Damn, man. Damn, my bad. Hey, y'all can hear me better?
Yep. I got you. I'm gonna turn it up, Q.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get closer to the damn phone, but listen, what I was gonna say is, that's the only reason I was halfway agreeing with what Root said, is because hell, I didn't really know about Sa Neter until goddamn, I ain't even gonna lie, y'all can laugh at me and shit, until I ran up on YP and shit, Young Pharaoh. But I found out through the grapevine that he got put on through Sa Neter. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I had already been doing my own soul searching and shit like that there before I got onto this YouTube shit. And then I ran into Bro Sanchez and others just like him and shit like that there. But at the end of the day and shit, that's why so many motherfuckers got so much beef against him and shit, because, you know, he fucked a lot of niggas over this and that, but at the end of the day, he brought us together through a crooked way. You know what I'm saying? But the vibration was still sent out, and we reverberating that shit. So regardless of what the fuck he stand on and shit like that there, it is what it is and shit. He was the first one to really actually go out there and goddamn, you know what I'm saying?
I disagree with that.
Bro Sanchez
Hey,
and
bro. Hey, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, bro. Hey,
I
like,
disagree with that.
every word. I was in the chat and I hear what you saying, but I mean, my God honest truth, bro. I never heard a side net until I ran across Bro Sanchez, and that was when he was clowning him for being Mason. So you gotta speak for yourself.
Hey, look,
I never heard of none of that black conscious shit. I never heard of none of that black conscious shit until I learned about Masons. Hey, look, I ain't know about them niggas till I learned about Masons, bro. And Freemasons.
Give me somebody that inspired y'all.
That didn't inspire nobody. That didn't inspire me, man. That shit is they pushing the slave mentality.
Hey man, we through with that man over here. We done.
Hey, look.
Yo,
We all got him, but we grew past them, though, bro. We kept growing. We kept growing. We all got them. I'm sure we do.
We didn't stop.
Now y'all going to do better terminology. I just asked one question. Can y'all give me one person that
I heard of him?
So you can bring it back to the Moors? So you can bring it back to the Bulls? Why we gotta play this game? I inspired myself.
Hey fellas,
y'all some haters, man. Y'all sounding like some haters.
Hey fellas,
man, we just stand on our own square.
Because we not playing your game. Because we not playing your game.
We stand on our own square, man. We on depending on. I mean,
hey, look.
I don't have a leader, man.
I don't trust none of them niggas that promote them pics with the fist on it. I'm sorry. I don't trust none of them guys.
Yeah,
with the fist on it.
We kept moving. We
Hey,
heard
man.
of them and then.
Hey, can I say one thing real quick? I just want to add in one thing, man.
A hater is realizing over.
Yeah, y'all sounded like some haters.
Hey man, stop saying that, bro. Hey, mute your mic, man. Mute your mic, man. We trying to converse, man.
Can I ask you the real question? Why we sound like a hater if we?
Oh, now you gonna tell me to mute my mic, man? Hold on, man.
No, I'm asking you a question.
I just want to say something. Y'all won't even let me speak. I'm just trying to say something. I heard this dude say y'all some haters 10 times.
I was trying to say so. I was trying to ask him a question, but I forgot the question in the midst of the.
Look. Just let me get this out real quick. I'm trying to address the leader thing. Just let me get this out real fast, man. I ain't on no hater shit. Just look, the word leader is lead. Listen. The word leader is lead her. Oh my goodness, you sound like a hater now, man. You won't even let nobody speak. Can I speak my piece?
Calm yourself, Root. Calm yourself, bro. Let the man talk. Calm yourself, bro. Calm yourself, bro.
Jumping on me every time I come on here. I'm just asking y'all for something to stand.
Hey, we just trying to talk. We not trying to call nobody no haters and all that. And we ain't looking for nobody to praise, man.
Yeah, we ain't looking for no leader.
Hey, and those remember we said last night when you get on that belief, that's when the rougher.
And what disappoints me is this word is a enlightened brother. He is a enlightened brother to be stuck there on them people. He should be past that.
That's when the huffing and puffing come when the belief and start talking.
That was my whole point. That was my whole point.
I'll beat your ass, Sonetta.
Hey, root word. From the bottom of my heart. You way too enlightened. Hey, you way too enlightened to be looking for a leader still, bro. You your leader.
Too much scholarship.
You your leader.
Y'all way too enlightened to cut me off. I don't need that long to talk.
Can I just actually lifting you up?
Well, let's do one at a time.
Now,
if you got a leader, then that must mean you're a sheep.
Okay, fine. Let's talk about it then.
Hey, can I just say, hey, Knowledge, I respect that. I heard you, Knowledge Uprising. I just want to say this one time, and I'm going to shut my mouth. It's where the word leader is lead her. Think about it. the woman of this home. You hear me? Listen, see this. Hey, can I just let me get this out?
Words in my mouth, man. That's fake.
Oh my goodness, you are the hater you claiming us to be, man. You won't even let me speak. I'm trying to talk, and I ain't going against nobody or calling nobody no kind of name. I'm trying to speak a piece real quick. Can you listen? We listen to you. It's like, look, leader is lead her. The woman who bears your children and y'all got a family together. Y'all made this family together. She follows the man's lead. You answer the door. Remember that Red Squid? We said that who gonna get the door when somebody come banging on it? Pops is. You hear me? Now that's the leader of the home, and he leads her. If he tell her to get the kids and get your ass in the basement, you as a woman should use them ears, listen, and absorb this. You know, we sprinkle the game. The woman absorbs, and if she got a mind to listen, she'll listen to her man. You hear me? And she'll get her little body and them babies' little bodies to where I said get them. You hear me? This is where the leader is the man that leads her. She absorbs and she listens. Just like she absorbed that semen and made the children that came out of her body. This is where the woman absorbs it, and all of these women trying to find out who got something to say. Don't nobody open their mouth until they know what they gonna say to the young lady and the young man. You know what I mean? Until you know what the leader is, you know what I mean? And you know the leader is you. Don't even talk about the next man leading. I'm the leader. You got a chest in the front of your vessel, and that's what leads you. You put your chest up if you a man, don't you? Is your chest connected to the next man's chest plate?
That's what we're doing right now.
Yeah, you your own leader, man. We doing this on we got our own mind, and we gonna think together as a whole. But go ahead.
I just got 30 seconds real quick, man. Like I say, I'm just saying I ain't say nothing about a leader, so everything you just said is bullshit. I said that he inspired.
That's gonna be my point too.
I said that he inspired all of us, and then everybody else said, "Oh, he ain't do nothing." Who's y'all inspirers? And none of y'all can give me an inspirer. So I digress.
Hey, no comment to what you just did.
I gotta inspire.
Can I please get 10 seconds?
I don't gotta inspire. I'm just bullshitting.
Hey, can I please get 10 seconds real quick before y'all go in? Before y'all keep going in.
Peace, Quinn.
Okay. What's
at least he admits I have an inspirer. Do anybody else in here don't got an inspirer?
Hey, Root, hold on.
That's all I want to know. Because I mean, if nobody can say nothing they got, because see, he's saying he has nothing to stand on. So it's like a worthless conversation.
But I got something to stand on.
What? Man, you sound like Medina.
Are you standing on?
You standing on side niggas don't have
on, man.
This nigga.
Is that who you standing on right now? You on top of Sinetta?
Sinetta thinking about your ass, nigga.
You contradicted yourself.
At least that goofy ass nigga Sinetta say I'm from Kemet. At least he say he a part monkey. At least he got something to stand on.
I'm from Kemet, no motherfucker. He from New York City.
You ain't hear that nigga said, at least he said he a monkey. That nigga said, at least he said he a monkey.
Yeah, at least.
Sinetta got one up on us then, bro.
Yeah, he look like a gremlin / monkey. You right, bro. You right.
Is he for real, y'all? Or he just playing?
Serious, man. He did that.
He dead serious for real?
Answer.
I ain't never seen Sinetta say shit about root
work. You have nothing to stand on if you don't have nobody that inspired. Do anybody else have an inspirer? So nobody has nobody that inspired them.
So now we going to Fat Vegan when he said you're gonna take that to the force.
Okay.
So that's how that works. Hold on. So that's how that works. That's how that works. Since I can't tell you what I started when I dug down the rabbit hole 10 years ago, I don't have nothing to stand on. I grew past that.
Can I please?
I mean, what does that?
Please. They prove it. Just tell me who it is.
I'm about to tell you.
Hold on. And me saying it on YouTube on the prove. Hold on.
Don't have shit.
Hold on, side, bro. Hold on, but me saying it.
You talking about
something? Let me get this one out.
That's not even his real name.
One by one. What do y'all stand on?
Can I please?
One by one.
My 2 feet. My 2 feet.
One by one.
That's
my square. My 2 feet.
That's a good. And I think I hear Quinn trying to come in, but
I've been trying to come in for the last 2 minutes, but everybody going crazy. Can I please get like 20 seconds? That's all I need. Y'all know I ain't gonna talk long. All I was gonna say is that hell, you know what I'm saying? You know, I listen to a lot of Dr. Delbert Blair. I came into knowledge of Dr. Delbert Blair, and you know what I'm saying? He did a couple of interviews and a couple of videos with damn Black Magic, you know, the YouTube video and shit like that there. But that's through damn Joel Benjamin and them. But at the same time, they got put on through Sinetta. So even though I don't fuck with Sinetta, I ain't never really listened to nothing of Sinetta videos and this and that. He still sent the vibration out. That's all I'm saying. I ain't saying he no leader or none of that shit.
Right now.
I agree. I mean, he ain't sending his
he
ain't sending his vegan vibration out.
Other people's shit.
Hey, you following them? It's like you can't be following them dudes so much. That's where they women gonna get mad at you and our boyfriend. Like, get that nigga up out of here. You all knocking at the door talking about my leader and shit. You know what I'm saying? She be like, nigga, get your ass on and go home. You got your own kids. Go home and lead your own family.
Hey, that might be the basic shit. That's like it's slanderous though, bro. I didn't say nothing about a leader, and you keep saying leader, but you keep doing it though. Like you might be a Mason. You might be.
You definitely.
You did say Sinetta was your leader.
Hold up, bro.
Nothing except for some slanderous shit.
I said Sinetta was your leader. Hey, I don't care what you talking about. I said what I said. You said I said some bullshit, and the word bullshit came out of your mouth.
Stand on. See, I stand on.
He wants you to play his game. He wants you to play his game.
You come up in here acting like a girl. Stop acting like a little girl, man. You got that little red hat on. You got that little red hat on with that little fez on, man.
Definitely got that fez hat on.
With that limp dick hanging on the top.
That's crazy, bro.
You said Sinetta gonna lead you out of New York.
And standing on it.
Stand on it, Ruth. Whatever
you
want
understand
to stand
somebody, you don't even get mad no more. When you understand that somebody don't have nothing to stand on, you can't even get mad no more. You get a fool to argue.
And that's how you take us.
But you standing on Sinetta nuts.
So what you saying that we should all like motherfucking tune in to Sinetta Studios and shit and like
what the fuck? I don't get what you saying, bro. This nigga crazy.
This nigga ain't thinking about your ass, nigga.
You got Sinetta in the background, don't you?
Man, this nigga's in Ohio selling pics with the fist on him.
Myself, though, but we all gotta start standing on something, though, bro.
Sinetta don't even fuck with you, Root Words. Like, goddamn, he ain't never say one shit about Root Words when you was dropping hot shit back in the day.
And
he never like, all right. Root Words got
everything enough for an argument, though. I don't really want to come and argue. I just said Sinetta just gave a good.
We trying to get to the conversation.
We get it. We get it.
Yo. Can I get 10 more seconds of shit?
Go ahead,
Can
Quinn.
I get 10 more seconds of shit? Just because I brought up Dr. Delbert Blair, I'm going to bring up a quote by him, and that'll sum all this up. Because before he went into any of his lectures or anything, he used to tell all his motherfuckers that listen. There is no real truth until you first find out what is truth for yourself.
Facts.
Oh yeah, I
heard that. I don't know. That's kind of convoluted because I want to get down to the fine pinpoint, bottom line, truth, accuracy of shit, and that's in regard to a person's opinion.
I like that.
That's your truth, bro. That's your truth.
But that's all collective. That means, look, I don't want a room full of opinions. I want the right answer.
Yeah,
exactly, bro. But you gotta find that out for yourself. You have to find that out for yourself.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, let's
I was gonna say,
but all y'all are saying we gotta look inside ourselves. So I gotta. You're saying what he's saying. We gotta look inside ourselves though. So I gotta agree with y'all,
right?
Yeah,
because y'all saying that y'all your own leaders, so you have to look.
Because your enemy is your enemy.
That's more science 101. That's more science. We know that's more science 101. We know that. No
yeah,
doubt.
your enemy
That's you.
is
That's also
literally.
universal.
I'm agreeing with y'all.
That's
I don't
also
want to debate.
universal sign.
I want to start
That's also
something we could agree on.
Hey, that's where. Hey,
Hey, Root, I'm with
that's
you,
where
but
we going.
Root, you enlightened brother, for giving them people. You giving them people too much credit. You are enlightened brother to need a leader,
I
brother.
think we can agree on this.
No bullshit.
Hey,
I
look
think
at
we all
this.
agree on that.
Root Word is in a category alone by himself
I
in these
think we can
YouTube
agree
streets,
on
if
it.
you ask me. Like Root Word, you should have got shine back then when they was looking for people to put on their fucking platform, and you
And
didn't.
Root, stay in your lane. Stop giving all them people your credit. That's your knowledge now. Stop giving it to more Sinettas. Nah,
Hey,
you know what you know
look at
now,
this.
bro.
Look
Stand
at
on your
this.
square.
Look, enemy is.
Because they got it from somewhere. Because they got it from somewhere.
Self-determination.
Hey, look at this, y'all.
Like y'all said, I'm not gonna even have to bring the Moors in it. Y'all said we got to look inside ourselves, so I'm agreeing. But I remember where I came from. I remember where my bill came from.
Nothing wrong with that.
Hey, look at this. Your enemy is your enemy.
But
And
everybody didn't come from that.
Look, your enemy is your enemy, and if your enemy has a fucked up state of mind, this is where you are the enemy of your own state.
Enemy of state.
Yeah, and you are your worst enemy, your own worst enemy.
I like that.
Yeah, it's like everybody out here. Yeah, enemy of the state. It's like you so blind inside your. Yeah, it goes right with that damn movie. You feel me?
Man, it's just like I said, Mind's Eye. It's just like I said, Mind's Eye.
Yeah,
you have to find out the truth for yourself, bro. There is
Yeah,
no real
that's
truth
exactly what it meant.
until you find out what the truth is for yourself.
Hey, look at this.
Anything beyond anything beyond that is just belief.
I feel you. Look, I got one truth that we can all agree on, and it ain't gotta be debated.
And what's that?
Now, when people look, when the body goes cold, something leaves it. God damn it! You hear me? Now that's more than the truth. That's a fact. You hear me? Now, like Squid just said, it's where everybody know, like that's tied to common sense.
Yeah.
And everybody should have it. But if you still in there thinking you trying to get your sense common, don't open your mouth with your fucking piece of truth till you done thinking about it. It's where it's a lot of people who will open that mouth and they ain't thought about shit. You hear me? They ain't did the research. They ain't sat back.
See, Mind's Eye, real quick and shit.
I feel you.
Truth. You confuse the truth with belief and shit because see here, experience lets you know if it's true or not. If you haven't experienced this shit, you just believe in it to be true. Hell, real truth is shit that you've experienced and that you can actually prove to be true.
Yeah, I just proved that one.
There is no real truth
until
you find out what is truth for yourself.
And that's the whole thing. That's where when we think like that, man, if I just told you everything that perishes here, something left the body. If we can't agree with that, if you got you can say what you want to say. But what I said, that's the truth.
Mind's Eye, have you experienced that?
Look, see the whole thing. Look, what I'm saying is when I experienced that, I can't tell you shit. I'm gone. Like I'm saying, I'm gone out the body. So you experiencing it right there. It speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? Where I'll be gone out the body and I can't tell you what's happening. You gonna have to go through what I went through, but you know you gonna put down that body that you ain't in no more. It's literally what? Cold and dead like the ground that it's gonna go in. And not saying dead like that, because it is organic matter that everything get all of the insects is gonna move around. It's like when it's just a simple thing. When you look at the body and it's lifeless.
You still alive, bro. You still alive. So you
I'm talking about that body we looking at. You ain't gonna put that motherfucking dead body in your bed talking about it's still alive. Can we agree on this truth? And if you do, you crazy.
But see,
you gonna sit up with a rotten body in your damn bed talking about it's still alive?
I'm not talking about that part.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like if we don't stop where we start, we gonna go this far.
this the question I got though to go along with you saying, like you saying that he can't know it until he die, pretty much. But can't I find truth through observation, through other people I trust and love? And
facts.
I don't have to literally
that
die
goes
to
with
know.
experience, bro. That's what I was saying. You have to experience it.
But I didn't experience if my loved one experienced.
Yes,
I just gotta trust them.
because you saw it. Because you saw it.
I gotta trust them. I gotta trust them.
Yeah, but
You saw it through the people around you. That gave you experience because you saw what happened to them.
No, what I'm saying. Look. This is my point. If I see my man chop his finger off, I know his finger gone, but I didn't experience that, so I don't know the pain. But I know he chopped it.
So how did you not experience?
Yeah,
it?
But I don't know the pain.
Knowing that it could happen.
My finger's still here.
Yeah, you
I seen the truth, no doubt, but I didn't.
That's your experience.
But what I'm saying is, I didn't feel the pain he felt.
I experience a lot of people that people give credit to of saying shit like whatever the fuck they say, and they just full of shit sometimes, and they not full with the truth. I experience people real life give debates, and to this day, that information got so many holes in it, and they say shit like, "Yo, the truth for you." When I hear people say the truth for you is whatever you want it to be, that's some fucking fairy tale shit to me, yo, for real.
Yeah, that's where we gonna go to war.
Tell me what it is. Don't say you gonna leave this debate or you gonna leave this conference and find the truth that works for you and shit. Like that's like find your own. That's
going to war about that if we can't come to an agreement, man.
That's saying that you went through an experience and you can back it up because you experienced it. You could verify it.
Okay, look at this. Okay, this.
That was my whole point. That was my whole point. That was my whole point from the beginning.
I can verify there's a lot of bluffing motherfuckers out here talking shit like they telling the truth to somebody.
Okay. So
you asking for their evidence and their references and resources.
Hey, look, if a motherfucker
can't, they lying because you experienced them lying to you.
Hey, look at this. All right, let's deal with this truth thing.
Just experience them lying.
Look, let's deal with this truth thing. Now, if a motherfucker your daughter came home with a black eye. You hear me?
Experiencing the reality.
And she said, it was an accident, but the teacher called home and said, look, a parent came and slapped the shit out your daughter. And this really happened what the teacher said, but your daughter got home and said, oh, did nothing happen, Daddy. You hear me? Is that the truth? Is that her truth or is that the truth?
This is what the truth is.
I ain't nobody's homie.
Do anybody know what truth is? You gotta go through 3 steps to get truth. Truth is a hypothesis. Is what somebody says. And then you go through the thesis is what you go through it, and that's the fact though. You just can't say truth. You gotta go over it, study it. You just said the right thing. If there's 2 different truths, you have to go through the science of finding out the truth.
Yeah.
Thank you. That was my whole
3 steps. There's no such thing as science. When you look at truth and science, it's 3 words: hypothesis, thesis, and facto. Then the steps you got to take to get the science. You just can't run your mouth and say this is true. You got to show them. That's a hypothesis. You got to go through 2 more steps to even have a thought about it.
Man, these people who run their mouth and they ain't said a word. They like you, but
this shit is the fact.
Dead on. That's what I exactly just said, but in better words.
Truth is
and
trust.
That was my whole point. That was my whole
point.
Quote, bro. Because at the end of the day, he'll experience this shit.
Truth is a motherfucker just being honest, like we talked about earlier. Excuse me, man.
No, here, look, mine's out.
Truth even with the example you gave, 3 factors.
Even hold on, wait, real quick. Even with the example that mine's I gave with the chick coming home with a black eye, whether her story was right or the people's story was right, you still experience seeing her with a black eye. So the truth is, she got a damn black eye.
Yeah. This is what I'm saying. And where that black eye came from, where she told you it didn't, It might be her truth, which is a lot of you. She don't want her daddy to go up there and blow up.
No. You have to believe.
No, what you mean? No.
You have to believe in what the other person's saying. But the truth is, she got a black eye.
What happened? The truth is what you see. So you see the black eye. Now we have to use observation to come to the conclusion of what alluded to.
Mm-hmm. And I bet you I'm gonna get to the bottom of the truth about my daughter's black eye. Goddamn.
And at the end of the day, she still got a black eye. That's the truth,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, that black eye came due to somebody, you know what I mean, doing it. It didn't just come up. And whether she told me the truth or not, me as her dad, I'm gonna find out the truth.
That's my whole point. That was my whole point. Goddamn, it's based on your experience.
And I knew what you were getting at.
I'm saying I ain't gotta die to know that the life leaves the body, man. It's a universal truth that's naked as fucking. If you can't read it,
that's what I was saying.
Why?
Yeah, the universal truth.
Yeah, that's even better. I like that.
Universal laws. That's what
it's a natural order that ain't gotta be spoke to your ass.
You don't need to come.
Well, I just put it to you. I put it to you like this. I can say I'm going outside and I'm going to touch some grass and pull it up out the ground. Now I can prove that's a fact. That's truth, you know. But then I can say Joseph begot Edward. That's a belief because I don't know Joseph.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying. But then I'm gonna tell you something. Else. When it's truth in the room, it ain't in question. It ain't nothing that's left to be said. But when you did release, that's when all the hope coming out.
Yeah, like we all know that.
I tell you, when truth hit, you'll know when truth hit the door because the discussion is over with. It's true.
Yeah.
But when it's a belief, then that's when all the hoopla come about in the discussions and this and all that. What we doing now? We're dealing with beliefs.
You know truth when you hear it.
Yeah, and that's why
Joseph.
That's why we shouldn't tie in religion with truth.
No.
We shouldn't tie in religion with truth.
You can find. You can grow. You can grow through religion and find truth.
Hey, look at this.
You can believe what you want, but that don't mean it's true. How about
that? Hey, look at this. I trust nothing. Look, truth is trust, and trust is rust, and rust is stagnation. While you stuck in the environment, you hear iron in there. We some rusty ass 10 men dealing with truth and trust, and you ain't here to trust nothing. Do your daughter and children? I keep saying this. Do your babies trust that you gonna feed them, or do they know? Pick.
Well,
my babies know I'm gonna feed them.
Or you feed them with understanding to not sit there and lie to you, so that you can trust them to a degree where a lot of this don't.
But see, no. Real quick, I want to touch on that with mines. I just said.
Yeah, I'll let you go.
To have trust in something is just to have a strong faith in it. You still don't know it to be true, because hell, I can trust you to pay me back my $100 I loaned you out. But I don't know that to be a fact. I just
until you do.
I just gotta believe that you're gonna pay me back and shit. And I have trust in you, but I don't know if it's a truth that you're gonna pay me back my money.
The truth is when they do.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
Once I experience it, then I know it's true.
Yep. And dealing with trust, that got your ass rusty. You should have knew off top that honey wasn't coming back and go on, do your thing. We just spoke on that last night. You hear me? You deal with trust, man. You a stagnant person. You feel me? If you gonna help yourself, give that man $10. He shouldn't even have to ask. I can see a motherfucker coming up to ask me for something. I can see well in the 10 minutes at least into my future with who around me. You know what I'm saying? I see Pookie coming up. Pookie know my aura is, I take care of whoever around me, because I don't want the motherfuckers around me to drown me. You get beat up by 10 niggas, you bossing with your chains on, you get your chain broke, get your neck broke.
You're right.
Go on in the hood and think you can slap all the smokers if you want to. Talking about they ain't shit. I bet you they eat your ass up. Yeah, it's like take care of yourself when you see the bum on the corner and he wants some crumbs, you better give him some crumbs because you might look up. You went on to work and walked past him, and you came home and your house was butt ass naked. You could have gave him the quarter he asked for. And you know what I mean? It ain't about it ain't about him not helping himself, but it's about you helping yourself. You know what I mean? Damn, if you was in that motherfucking shoes, you would want the quarter like he asking for it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, later.
So
How
you
do
got
you
it,
know
you
you
know what I
end
mean?
up in that position? Man, I think in the future.
That's right.
And I hear what you're saying.
But see, I mean, it's like y'all thinking about truth and trust in the same sense. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the only damn country. You know, that's really the only thing we arguing about right now is shit, having trust in somebody and then actually know what's true about somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Not to cut you off, but trust couldn't exist without the truth.
No.
No. You might be right.
No, because some people you can trust, and that don't necessarily mean they're giving you the truth.
I ain't trying to argue, but damn,
That's where deception come in.
It didn't set right in my soul.
That's what I'm saying. Cause you can trust in me right now, Indigenous. You can trust me. Goddamn, oh yeah, I have trust in you that I'm gonna send you this $50 and I don't send you shit.
I don't trust my damn self. So
exactly. So it's
you hear me?
So it's the opposite. We couldn't.
Hey, I don't trust myself. You hear me? So why would I trust you in your truth? My truth is solid. But look, it's where I say I got self-control. I might not break a motherfucking jaw that snap on me tomorrow. But I might break a motherfucking jaw that snap on me tomorrow.
Right.
I don't know. You hear me? But that's why I don't trust myself. I'ma either know I'm a bust a motherfucker head or I ain't.
No, I know I'm good, man. And my job, they like, man, we gotta rehire him. Man, that's the nicest person we ever met. Until they get to know, like they don't even know who I am or where I'm at today. You know what I mean? So actually, I shouldn't even say that to say this. But what I'm saying is like, it's one thing to trust somebody, but for them to get on, if they gave you truth once, that don't mean that it's always gonna be honest.
Facts.
Motherfucker, you know they like it's all good when that motherfucker telling that you know the crazy dude in the car got that candy. It's all good till you get up there where they get that he throwing the candy now and he's snatching you up. You know what I'm saying? You trusted them all the way up till you got to that damn lollipop. You hear me? And you see what his truth was. He snatched your fucking wig and threw you in the trunk.
I just didn't want to put that energy out there like that, like I did.
Hey, I ain't putting it out there. It's already out.
I just turned the whole narrative though.
It's all respect.
Yeah, but that's a nutshell. Trust is having faith. Trust is not concrete.
Thank you.
Yep. And dealing with that trust, you gonna be walking up on the motherfucker that's gonna snatch your head off, or you gonna gamble your life with it. Go ahead and get your trust on.
Believing in it.
Dealing with trust is the very thing that get us lost in the sauce.
Exactly.
Go
ahead.
What I see most of us do on here, and we all probably guilty of it in one way or another, going back to both, we'll get a little truth from somebody, then trust everything else they giving us as truth until we grow past it and notice it and be like, he was bird feeding me truth. He wasn't giving it to me in a straight line. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Hey, look at this, y'all.
I don't want to piggyback on you, Indigenous. I want to piggyback on your point.
That's what I was feeling in my heart. And you just said, I'm like, man, that resonated so well.
Hey, look at this. Can I say something real quick? This totally off the topic. Hold on. I'm back. It's like I just this was a thought we had earlier. We was talking about what we was talking about, man. The slaves. You know what I mean? We was talking about the slave and plantation and all that stuff. And while we was doing that, I thought about I don't know where it came from, but Santa's slave. It sounds like Santa's slaves. And we all know that Santa translate is Satan. You hear me? Now we know this slave. Do Santa throw a whip at the bucks and the deers on that motherfucker?
No, I believe he got like some kind of like like a horse or something. He holds the shit like that.
Yeah, he seen Downer and Blitz and so.
Yeah, he got some reins. He got some reins.
He got some reins. Fuck Santa with the animal cruelty. We gotta look into that shit. He hitting the whip and shit, getting the packages across town.
Hey, look at this. Check this. Look, Santa's slave.
That magic coin and they be flying.
Hey, it's crazy because look at this, man. Santa's slave sounds like Satan's slaves. You hear me? Look, we know that the way this sleigh moves is a whole bunch of brown bucks. You hear me? You know they call the deer the reindeer the buck. You know what I mean? And look, you know the young buck that buck the slave master, so to speak. He was strong. You hear me?
And the buck was brown.
And look at this. What you call a fucking a shaft with a red dick head? That's Rudolph at the front. You hear me? This where Rudolph's nose is the bright red tip of a hard dick that's black. Rudolph on the front. I don't know what they doing through the night, but is that slave sort of a penis penetrating the dark night or something? Why he sliding through the feminine moon in the background and shit like that? But at the same time, he fucking niggas and bucks in the. They pulling this slave. He on some homo Satan slave shit.
Homo.
Shit, ho. What you mean?
I mean, to me, that means that they was getting
all of this shit. It ain't no coincidence. I can say what I just said. I didn't make it up.
No, I ain't going against you. I'm just.
Yeah, it's all good. I ain't saying you are.
Oh yeah, you know.
What I mean, it was just a thought I wanted to bring to the slave.
Like, wow, that.
He's singing name Donna and Bliss. And why your face all rosy red? Like what you blushing for? Coming down my chimney, I'll break your damn neck. You come down my chimney, bro.
Hey, nah, but that's a good point. That's a good.
Treat his slaves like hoes because he'd be like ho and shit.
Yeah, that's what I would have. Yeah, that's why I said I would have said it like that.
Hey, but see, that's a good point. That's a good point, mines. I just brought up and shit like that there, because it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? That just go back into what we was just talking about. Because see, no.
We all sound like Satan and shit when we got money. Be like, where them hoes?
Like,
the whole we got a big bag too, full of money like toys.
He leave his wife at home, way the fuck at the North Pole, to fuck the bitch that stay up when she know that she let them cookies and milk and shit.
Milk and cookies.
Milk and cookies.
Fuck, I'll break your fire. Hey,
wait a minute. Didn't the song go like this motherfucker woke up in the middle of the night and found his mother fucking kissing Santa Claus?
Nigga out tricking a big part of the song. Wow. Nigga out tricking all night.
Queen. Listen.
Wow. Santa was getting it in with bitches when they husbands.
With your mom.
Nah, see y'all
going to the different slave house.
Incubus shit.
No. I was gonna say y'all missing a big part of the Santa Claus.
I'm gonna take it back to.
Oh no, we can't.
Go ahead, Q. Hold on, go on, Q. I want to hear what Q was gonna say. Q said we're missing a big point.
Go ahead, Q.
Okay, I was gonna say y'all missing a big part of the whole Santa Claus story and shit. Like even in the stories and the damn, you know what I'm saying, even the nursery rhymes, Santa Claus was never a good person and shit. Like hell, just think about the song. You know what I'm saying? Hell, goddamn, he knows when you asleep. He knows when you're awake. He knows when you've been bad or good. Who the fuck is this nigga? What this nigga? Yeah, like what this nigga damn spying on you all the time or some
Yeah,
shit.
do
Like how
you
the fuck
know?
can
Do
he know all
anybody?
that shit?
Yeah,
I was
he's
gonna say, do
He the
anybody?
all-seeing
Hey,
eye, motherfucker. He the
do
all-seeing
any of
exactly.
y'all?
No,
Do any of
not
y'all
to
know the?
mention he like little kids that sit in his lap.
I was gonna
Facts,
say,
and
do
they
any of
be
y'all know
crying
the?
their ass off.
Hey, bro, do y'all know the allegory and the mythology that come with old Saint Nick and the little
Yeah.
creature that was with him all the
Krampus.
time? That, yeah, and all that shit. It's deep, bro.
Oh, you
What y'all
talking
saying?
about that
It
green
it
thing?
go right with you saying.
Hey,
The
they
green
call it the
thing.
city of the sun. Y'all heard of the Saint Nicolites?
Yeah, yeah, it was that green. I seen a mood or a play or something about this green thing. They had these kids trapped in these like these mazes or these spider webs.
That's where the Grinch come from.
Oh, the Grinch, my bad.
Hey, that
But
was my whole point, bro. Like, man, like how can this nigga know all this shit? And then think about what y'all was just saying and shit. He coming down the chimney. Hell, your chimney lit. It's a fireplace and shit. So what the fuck this nigga damn materialize past the chimney
Nah,
and shit,
Satan
drop
come
the
out the
damn
fire, remember?
yeah,
Out that lower
yeah.
chakra.
And then like Superman, he fly back up the chimney. Like what the fuck? Man, come on, man.
Hey,
Giving gifts.
that's
Yeah,
exactly
what
who
the
he
fuck?
is, man. Santa's that motherfucker watching us through these phones, through the smart TVs, the pads. Yeah, that's how he know when you're sleeping. And before then, he just knew. Look, before then, it
so we
wasn't shit
tied
in
in
that
with
house.
Santa
We
with
knew
the
what the
Grinch.
fuck you're doing in there. Anybody with sense know what's going on in these homes.
And
You
then
feel me? We know what you're
Santa
doing.
Claus. So it's like he got his claws, he got his hands on it.
Satan
On
Claus is in
everything.
everybody's back, yeah. And he
Or,
gives you a toy.
he
He
got a
give you a
clause in
toy.
his contract. You know, if you bad, you're gonna
Oh,
get burnt. You get burnt with
Wow, hey,
coal.
Man.
that's deep. Remember this last night, the money stacks, Red? The money stacks is what we stacking now. And look, the bag is full of money stacks. These is the toys that all the girls and the boys love. And where them hoes at?
And they call
I got my
chimneys
bag full of money. Where them
chimneys
hoes?
called smokestacks.
oh,
You got
remember
my
the
cookies
rain?
though.
Hey, real quick. I just want to damn lay something real quick. I mean,
Go ahead,
even
bro.
even the nursery rhyme with him and shit. The shit ain't damn melodic or no shit like that. It ain't cheerful. If you really listen to the lyrics, that shit is a warning. Cause here, think about it. You better not cry. You know. Oh wait, how does shit go?
You
You
better
better
I'm
not
not
cry.
cry.
telling
I'm
you
telling you
why.
why.
I'm telling you why Santa Claus is coming to town. It don't sound like the nigga
You
coming
better
for nothing
not
good. It's
cry.
like, what
You
the
better
fuck? You
not.
better watch out for this nigga.
Yeah,
Hey, and
that shit
then
based
look.
off Krampus. That's what bad kids. That's the story originally for bad kids to be
Yeah,
good.
hey,
Or
hey,
else this motherfucker, they gonna sell your ass to a Jew and they gonna eat
And
your
he
ass.
would put him in a sack. Yeah, you put him in that sack.
I got
Shit.
you singing,
And that's where the
man.
hey,
sack came from.
Santa
hey,
Claus
and
come with
why
the
do
towel, goddamn
why do Krampus sound like he cramps us
Oh,
in the
actually, that's
bags?
what his name was. Not Grinch. It was Krampus.
Krampus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Krampus, that
somebody put it in
motherfucker.
the
Yeah, that.
chat.
Yeah,
Real
that.
He
life
be
Yeah, I
Krampus.
cramping
seen
the
that
women. He
show.
give the women cramps, the
Oh
menstruation
my
cramps.
goodness.
and
Oh
he
my
got a
goodness.
house full of elves. A house full of elves
Yeah.
working for him, slaving for him.
Demons,
Building toys year
Mm.
round.
demons, / Chinese people.
Wow.
With,
Oh.
with point
Wow.
with pointy shoes on. Pointy shoes on.
Hey, look, you got my
Sweatshop,
cookie
my
dough.
man.
You got my cookie
Hey,
dough, like my money dough. You got my cookie dough hoe.
Dough
Being
money.
pimping.
That's what I was talking about earlier about like Mist and Duke.
If she give up that cookie, she might get some dough.
And look, it's like voodoo, like a motherfucker. Look, he said, "Shit, I done made you a toy, bitch. Don't nobody love you. I done
You
put
and
know,
you in the
man,
bag.
yeah, man,
Look,
and ain't that some shit?
man, let me stop that. Let me
Jesus got
stop
to
that.
compete with Santa Claus on his birthday.
It's hard
mm.
out here. It's hard out here. Hey.
Because
Santa
ain't
Claus
no
was bad.
such
Boy.
thing as Jesus. There's only such thing as Satan, though.
And
And this
Asian Nick, that's
motherfucker
all
Well,
you
wear
need.
I'm
red,
just
gold,
making
black,
a
and
crack.
white.
You know, I don't
I
believe
mean,
in
we
Jesus,
can
brother.
get deep.
No,
Yeah,
I'm just
we
saying,
can
I was
use
just fucking around too
allegories.
because we definitely get presents, but do people really get saved? I don't know.
Hey, but look, everybody don't get presents. Just the program people. And not all of the program people. Some of the program people just,
No,
you
no.
look, hold on, look. This
Our
kid right here
most of
program.
our jobs to give us a basketball toy.
Man, look at this,
Oh,
man.
you better not cry.
Hey,
You
look, this
better
young
watch
man
out.
over here, this young man ain't even got no TV in his house. He grew up very poor. They ain't even got no power.
To town. Like
Hey,
that
look
sound
at
like some
this.
demonic shit. Like you
But
better
It
watch out for this
is.
nigga.
That shit is evil. Look,
It's
Santa,
Yeah,
look,
like
that,
real talk.
It's
hey,
a UFO coming to
they
town
promise.
and hover over your house like it coming through your chimney.
yeah.
Yeah, how they
And then he,
listen? Don't we call
Like
that
this,
burglary?
like this nigga pulling a breaking and entering and shit. Like who
hey,
is
you
this
Hey,
Don't we
nigga?
call
hey,
that
and
a
then
burglar?
and then you
Isn't that
got
a
to be sleep
burglar?
when you get there. You better be sleep when you get there.
Then the nigga know.
Yeah,
Then the nigga know if
You
I'm
better be
sleeping
in
or
your
waking.
zombie state.
He know my every movement. He nigga know when I'm
Look,
sleeping or
oh, this
waking.
nigga gonna throw sand in your eyes.
You hear me saying,
He
man?
gonna throw hot coals in your eyes if you woke.
And
No,
then call
that's
your
what's
mama
gonna
a
be.
hoe.
If you bad, that's what's gonna be
yeah.
in your
So it's
present box. Some coals and shit. Some rock.
yeah. So it's like who is this nigga? Like what the
Yeah,
fuck?
He's just as
Hey,
real as Jesus, yo. That's
And the
all.
hey,
fact, and
that's
the, hey,
I don't even
and the
look at
fact
it
he can
as
drink all
deep
this,
because
and the fact he can drink all this cow milk and not shit himself on the way across America.
And
Cause
look, and then Jesus year round. This nigga come around once a month,
yeah,
and he you know
hey,
once a
hey, look
year.
at this.
once a
Look at
year.
this. Hey, who just
This
said
nigga
that? Who
guts
just said that?
amazing.
Think outside the box.
Yeah,
Who just said that?
Think outside the present.
Wow,
This
you
nigga
thinking
guts
outside the
amazing.
present, but you thinking what's in that motherfucker.
yeah. You thinking inside? You thinking
And then
inside
look,
too?
your little mind
Black
busted.
cube, the real black, the box, the present is that black cube over in Mecca and shit. When them
Yep.
motherfuckers throwing
Hey,
rocks at that shit.
He
hey,
probably
but
got like
look,
a
when you
porta potty
outside the
on his
box thinking
screen.
about what's in it, what ain't in it that you was thinking about, your whole little world get crunched.
Yeah. Oh, if you
Look,
think
they
about
put
it, and
socks of
somebody tell you
rocks
the
in that
truth.
motherfucking box.
This motherfucker jipped me, yo.
If somebody tell you the truth,
Man,
Your
man, he got
parents
And the
laughing
paper on
like
motherfucker
his
it's
from the
back.
shit
funny.
burn you and
told
shit.
it.
That nigga come from the chimney and burn you.
Mm.
That
I
nigga
don't
got
know
paper.
about that
That
one.
nigga got a paper on. He got a
You
paper
break
on
contracts like
delivered
a
to him.
motherfucker. Like, you know you put that shit on your list. Why that
You
shit ain't
about
under that
sweet
tree like
baby
that?
Jesus.
Yeah, man. It's like Santa's Claus is coming to the town.
And
And
where
it's
do all
gonna
that
rip
mail
every
go?
damn
Where the fuck
thing
all
up.
that mail
You
go?
an
Them
Indian
kids be
giver like
sitting
a
out.
motherfucker.
Hey, look, you know it take our claws to rip the presents up. Everybody's living room full of trash every fucking
I'm
Christmas
looking at
morning.
that differently.
Santa's Claus is ripping the boxes open. We so carnal. Some of these kids didn't beat their parents up to get this present.
Oh,
Yo,
or
the only
even,
light that be on the tree is when that bitch is on fire, for real, for real.
or
You didn't work and
even putting us
the
in a
month of October, November, December, you done worked overtime every day to buy this little
that's what I was
motherfucker
just
this and
about to
get credit
go.
to a fat
Claws.
white man coming down the chimney.
It's
And
Uncle
December,
Sam.
Deca is 10, and you know you gotta say 10.
Wow.
Your
Santa
motherfucker
White.
fingers hurt like a motherfucker, cut up and everything.
Hey, Red Squid. Wow, man.
Who bought you this? Santa Claus. Was Santa Claus
Hey,
good to you?
hey, look at this, man. Hey, now that I think about it,
Money from your pocket.
Was Santa Claus good to you?
hell no. And look, it was too much damn bullshit. I couldn't play with them toys.
So why
I
would
used
he
to
have claws? He was so good.
I used to get away from everybody and tell them to clean the fuck up first, man. For y'all trying to play this shit, like we gotta, clean up this damn. I didn't like Christmas, man, and I only had 2 presents. Fuck this nigga. I beat you.
Man, Santa Claus will give you 2 presents, man.
Man, yeah,
You must have been naughty.
Worshiper, you ain't gonna get shit.
nah, I must have been nice because the real ones ain't nothing coming to you. You know what I mean? Shit, I was who I was supposed to be as a child. Everybody
You
said,
felt you was bad. You just sat down and didn't even look for nothing.
yeah, it
You
was
know,
just,
them motherfuckers, you know how they tie in Satan, Santa with Jesus and shit in December? Why you
Yeah.
got these motherfuckers on the damn in front of the Kmart and shit for Salvation Army?
Them
motherfuckers ain't salvating shit. They might be salvating on some children and shit, but they
or
ain't
salvaging our change. We trying to salvage. Man, so many
bringing
foundations
a
they
little
call
bell
me,
and
man.
shit. You know what I'm saying?
Everybody got an angle.
I used to donate a dime or 2, but they done got out of control. I'm hanging up on every motherfucker. They calling me like a motherfucker, asking for my
You realize
change.
on the program. I mean, when you look at it, the CEO made $300,000 a year.
Hey man, like I said, it's just like the song, man. Like we don't know this nigga, man. Like real talk, who is this nigga? You better watch you. You better not cry.
Yeah,
You
That's
better
that
not
fear
cry.
monger
I'm
shit. They
telling
want us
you,
to
why.
fear this motherfucker.
Hey. This nigga coming to town. And you know, and
Hey, yo,
look,
hold up.
and you know the exact time and date he coming. You know the exact time and date he coming.
You
Straight
say,
up, man.
hey,
Who
hey,
is this
that's what
nigga,
Fat
man?
Albert say, and he got a big red shirt and he fat. But he ain't had no motherfucking presence. That motherfucker was broke. Like,
Look, all he presented was a pretense, and he pretended. You hear me? Motherfucker pretended. You didn't bring everybody no present, player. I don't know how
Nah,
they got
it was
this
just instead of one white Jesus, they gave you two white Jesuses for Christmas. We're gonna double up on your motherfucking ass, give you two white Jesuses.
And double was devil.
They gave you the oh yeah, that's true. That's religion though. You can't have one without the other.
And they competing.
and that shit built around slavery because Black Friday ain't nothing but a big ass slave auction with the slaves paying for it.
Woo!
Friday, man.
You hit him with the Black Friday. That just crushed the whole shit.
Yeah, Black Friday is.
Because y'all know Santa ain't real. Everybody at the damn store lined up, tents and shit. You got the nerve to say Santa coming? How foolish are we? Y'all trampling each other in the Best Buy and in the Target store. Y'all trampling each other and got the nerve to still be on some Santa shit.
Got $5 off something.
Oh, Santa gonna make his appearance.
And actually, you could buy it cheaper right now. Let me check it.
Black Friday, they die trampling up each other's back. And then come home and say, Santa did that, baby. Your daughter know you sleep outside this damn store trying to get a TV.
Hey, yo, Rudolph Red Nose is the low chakra.
The lover, the lower, the lords.
Our parents didn't even realize that. They sat there and see, I hate. Man, no, I hate to realize my parents sit there and did what they had to do, went through I ain't gonna call it slavery, I'm gonna call it servitude and the struggle that they had to go through to sit there and tell me that some fat dude down in some chimney when I'm in Florida that we don't have no chimney came down and gave it to me.
Hey, but see, my thing is.
But I thought it was Jesus' birthday, mama.
Hey, but did you real quick, bro? My whole thing is like, you know what I'm saying, I grew up in the hood and shit like that. We ain't had no chimney. So it's like, so how the fuck is this nigga getting in the house, bro? How the fuck is this nigga getting in the house?
He get in through the central air and heat. He get through the central air and heat.
Hey, look at this. Hey, y'all.
Like the bitch off the ring.
He come through the air conditioning system.
Am I far off when I say Christianity sounds like insanity?
It is insanity.
You gotta be out your mind giving the power up to something outside of your mind. Yeah, you must be insane in your membrane. Insane in your brain. You motherfuckers knew what they was pushing, man. They knew what they was. Man, a motherfucker that's insane in the membrane ain't gonna know what a membrane is.
Indigenous, your volume a little low though, bro.
Yeah, your shit always be low. He always be in the background.
Hey, that is the lower chakra. That red nose is the
red nose. And somebody asked
saying the whole suit is red. You right on it. Saying the whole suit is red. Think about it.
And what that do? That make you stop.
It's blood all over him and shit, cause he a murderer.
Not only that, but hell, who make the toys for him? A bunch of elves and shit, a bunch of little boys. So
and you look up the Yggdrasil tree, it's dark elves that exist for real. Dark elves is a real thing. Look at Jada Pickett. Look at Jaden Smith and Willow and shit. Them motherfuckers is elves. Look at 21 Savage. You can't say 21 Savage don't look like an elf, goddammit.
They do.
So damn, I ain't never thought about that.
The Willow Smith family did all them might be elves.
Is this the children trafficking?
I said, Mike.
Little nigglets. Fuck a elf. Them some nigglets.
Damn. Hey, brothers, I'm not going ahead and end this. Y'all can stay in the back chat if you want, man. I got to get up. Man, I appreciate y'all coming in.
You know it's all respect, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man.
Hey, appreciate it.
You already know, Red Squid. Thank you for joining me. Thank everybody for coming in.
I appreciate all y'all, man.
It was fun and enlightening.
Appreciate it.
Everybody, peace to y'all. You know,
Hey, brothers.
Yeah,
the fun sometimes gets to be